tomorrow, Thanksgiving. Aren't you a history professor?
Yeah.
Didn't you know that? She has one friend from England that's always bragging about their language. We invented your language. You wouldn't have a language if it wasn't for us. Well, you spelled pneumonia with a P, stupid. Nat starts with a G, and you're bragging about that? And she goes, you know what? They're silent. You know what? You better be silent before I stab you in your face with a knife.
And the allies, they tell you all this psychological stuff to make you feel safe. Like every time you get on a plane, they talk about the flotation seat. And they explain it to you. Like if you go down, if you crash in the ocean, then this seat will float. 2 planes out of 100 go.
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Coming soon to Bob and Tom Television. He's a 600-year-old vampire with a diabolically insatiable appetite for human blood.
And an offensive gastrointestinal ailment. He's Count Flatula.
Once again, I, Count Flatula, am prowling the streets of Stenchylvania in search of fresh blood. I grow weak. I must drink from this leftover vial of blood. Oh boy, that's expired. But alas, I see another victim. Count Flatula shall sneak upon her with stealth-like brows. She will not even see me coming.
Woo-hoo! Man, that is stanky.
That wasn't me. It must have been a stray dog. Or perhaps the wolfman.
Who the hell are you, anyway?
I am Prince of the Undead. I am Count Flatula.
Prince of the Undead, huh? Well, it sure do smell like something died. Did you just step on a duck?
I want to suck your blood.
I want to light a match. Oh, man, that is nasty.
I tire of your insolence. Perhaps you don't understand. I am a vampire. I live in a coffin.
I don't know about no coffin. What I do know is I'm gagging.
That's Count Flatula.
If you don't want to hear him fart, just drive a stake into his heart. He'll tear the pants right off your ass. Then he'll say,
it's a gas!
Count Flatula.
Count Flatula. He only comes out at night. Tuesday night, that is, at 8, right after an all-new Law & Order SPD. Only on the Bob and Tom Television Network.
Be there.
Very scary.
I told you that apparently vampires have a thing about counting. If you, throw out a bunch of beans as you're being attacked by a vampire,
they will stop.
The vampire will stop and count the beans and not attack you.
I thought that was people with OCD.
Well, that's an OCD vampire.
There's some.
Wait a second.
Maybe or very.
I think Willie's got a great idea for a new TV show.
Yeah.
OCD vampire. He never gets anything accomplished because he's...
Or OCD criminal. Yeah. I'd rob that bank, but I had to touch all the windows outside, so I wouldn't.
Wasn't there a movie called Vein Man where I
think that was a porno movie.
Rain Man, Dracula Rain Man?
That's the main
Vein Man. Yeah.
Hi, Tom.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I shut down that conversation?
No. You just removed all the comedy from it.
Oh, by adding a joke?
That was a joke? Oh, I'm sorry. Would you mark it thusly?
I'm not in the mood for this today.
Hey, Josh, he's doing a Zummick. Hey, Willie.
He's doing the Zubak.
Hey, East.
Oh,
Ace. I was saying Zumach and Ace at the same time.
It'd be one of those shows.
There's Pat Godwin.
I check.
And back to Tom.
Dear Bob and Tom, are you guys really there?
I said, Christy, you didn't say nothing.
Are you there? Are you making all this up? Obviously.
Hi, Christy.
Had this show been recorded, we would have edited out this entire segment.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly,
I'm telling you, there's something there. I've got something with the vampire thing. Go ahead. It's all right.
That they like to count.
Yep.
Okay.
I think that may have been taken by Sesame Street.
That's where they came up with it. That's how they came up with it.
First time I saw that, I howled. God, that's so funny. The Count. That's great. Let's see, where were we? Oh, I know. It's the 3rd of September. Happy to be here. And, of course, in September, whenever you say the first, it's always, it was the 1st of September, the day I'll always remember. So,
in September.
Let's see now. There's Josh. There's Ace, Chick, Tom. Okay, Willie. We're all here. Great to see you. Or hear you. You can see us, I guess, on the YouTube. Are we doing that today? Okay, good.
What have we told you about the YouTube? Don't ask.
Okay, sorry. Now, we have a lot to get to here, but... yesterday on the show, we did the Pat Godwin Challenge at about this time, and it was Pat. You knocked it out of the park, and I was hoping.
You mean every day we do the Pat Godwin Challenge?
Well, we haven't every day. We haven't discussed it yet today.
Yeah, every day.
Now we'll. Yesterday it was involving new words. By the way, I do have a list of some of the new words that were added to the online dictionary.
Oh,
so we can get a little quiz going.
Oh, God.
Now, do you recall the word from yesterday, Christy Lee?
Something about, I wanted to say LeBron, but Jambroni.
You're very close. It sounds kind of like LeBron. It sounds kind of like Zamboni.
Yeah. Jambroni, or what was
There's
it?
no M.
Jabroni?
There you go. Very good.
Yell at her. She's trying to guess.
Just thinking.
And I know you got it right. I'm not yelling at you. I was kind of...
Not really awake this morning. I apologize.
Oh.
You okay?
Do we need to know anything?
Got that love hangover?
No, baby. My daughter came home from college and we stayed up and watched a movie.
Oh.
Robert Pattinson about James Dean. Has anybody seen this thing?
No.
Oh, God.
I guess that's not a positive review.
Well.
Tesla is still picture of the year for me.
And that James Dean movie, were you rooting for the car? That's the James Franco one.
Yeah. The kid that plays James Dean, I don't know who the actor is, but he didn't look enough like James Dean for me to get into it, I guess. I don't know.
What is the story of...
Robert Pattinson is remember when they did that big photographic journey of James Dean, the guy that took the photographs is Robert Pattinson for Life magazine. He's the character, and he's following James
They do
Dean.
have I just saw, this is weird. I just saw this the other day. The last picture of James Dean, him getting into the Triumph.
Yes, I saw that too.
Porsche. And he a Porsche or whatever. I thought it was a spider. Along came a spider and picked up a red. He was putting his gloves on, getting into the car, whatever car it was, and that's the last time.
And there's kind of a mystery about that car. There's apparently 2 different wrecked versions of that on
How's that
tour.
really possible?
So you could get an autograph.
So somebody's bilking.
Yeah, get an autograph version of it, right?
Yeah.
P. Rose bat he hit 192 with, and
Yeah. So I have not.
I have no idea what the name of the movie was. She was watching it. I walked in, and then I got sucked
Okay, here
in.
we go. It's a Porsche 550 Spider.
Oh, so we were both right. Yeah, sort of. I thought.
And this photograph of it, yikes.
Out in the desert, yeah.
Poor guy. But I had read years ago that there may be a fake one on tour at car shows. So
gross.
Now, who would want to see that?
I heard his head's missing, right? Isn't his head missing?
What are you talking about? What's wrong with you?
Oh, the movie is simply called Life because it is about this life photographer, Dennis.
I bet you were a big Life magazine.
Who isn't? The best photographers in the world.
Yeah.
And they have all these special editions and
watch this.
Yeah.
Go to the grocery store. Right now, there's a great Jerry Garcia Rolling Stone.
I have the Audrey Hepburn version.
What about the French photographer that you interviewed?
Henri Cartier-Bresson.
There he is.
Oh, there we go.
Merely one of the most famous photographers in history. I wouldn't expect a Philistine such as yourself to even remember his name.
No, I'm too busy white trashing it up. Yep.
Jacking it to Hustler.
Now, let me tell you that at least I'm a little more top shelf than Hustler, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry, Gent.
Stag.
Do you suppose somebody collects those sort of second and third tier?
Oh, absolutely.
Softcore porno magazines from the 50s and 60s?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but they're wrapped in plastic somewhere.
I don't know why, but I always remember the cover of Stag. It was Stag, and it was a bad yellow curtain, and this woman's bending over to fix her stocking.
Playboy magazine was going to be called Stag, and they changed it at the last minute.
Really?
And famously, the first edition of Playboy that Hefner spent his life savings on, it doesn't have a date on it because they didn't know how long it would stay in the newsstands. So, but yeah, that was going to be called Stag briefly. Different logo, et cetera, et cetera. The word we learned yesterday, jabroni.
Jabroni, yeah.
Has gotten official dictionary status. And apparently, this is going to tie into something here momentarily. The Rock is famous for the word. As is,
of course.
but apparently now there's a dispute here. The Iron Sheik,
right,
who of course preceded The Rock in wrestling history, also used it. And Josh, do you remember the definition?
Yeah, it's essentially loser. Somebody who's, it may come from jobber, which is somebody on a wrestling tour that his job is.
The jobber's like a freelance wrestler that comes in
to lose.
Yeah,
it's like the Washington Generals of wrestling.
Right.
The big one in the 80s was the Brooklyn Brawler.
Oh, yeah.
I believe in boxing, and they're called tomato cans.
Oh, very good.
Chuck Wepner and all those guys.
Oh, God, yeah. But the point is, this whatever this is, dictionary.com, they added GOAT for greatest of all time, which I hate. It seems to be an insult rather than a compliment. Gender reveal, which is more of a phrase than a word. In any event, jabroni is now official. Is it used, Willie, commonly in your world? Do people?
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say it to an actual person without referencing. Without doing it as a sort of reference. Like it's used a lot, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I've never heard anyone call someone a jabroni seriously.
Okay.
Yeah, either have I.
Me neither, yeah.
I want to check. Did Florida Man make it yet? Because that's become a thing in the last year. We get a Florida. We get a Florida
Man.
Florida Man news story every day. We have one today, by the way. A great one. What is it?
Florida Man.
Oh yeah, we'll look forward to that. But now, Pat, you took the liberty of adapting a famous song into a jabroni tribute.
I sure did. What do you call a person you hate who's such a little phony? Or a heckler who's in a drunken state so full of baloney? What does The Rock call silly fools, annoying fans, lousy tools, kick 'em in the family juice? He's a jabroni, 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 jabroni. Everybody sing, jabroni, jabroni, jabroni. Ah, bada, bada, bing.
All right. And I do believe Bada Bada Bing is in there.
Yeah.
Made famous.
I can't describe the look of joy on Tom's face.
Oh, he loves it.
As Pat was singing that.
Yeah.
He's doing a nice little Buddy Hackett impression.
Barely. That's a hard one.
Buddy Hackett impersonation.
Can anybody do that?
Do you hear what you're saying?
I don't think there's much of an argument that the movie The Music Man is
a vehicle for Buddy Hackett to become a star.
Just one of the greats of all time. There's no argument there.
Right here,
I'm sure Meredith Wilson was quite pleased that
you and I had even talked.
The Beatles chose to record "Till There Was You."
Wasn't there something about somebody said if Robert Preston wasn't Professor Hill, they weren't going to do the movie or something? Wasn't it? Might have been Meredith Wilson.
He's the best.
Well, he's so good in that.
Great movie. Now, we have to move forward here, but there is some news about The Rock.
Yeah.
He's okay, but
well, so far he's okay. He and his family.
Something happened?
Yep.
Might as well do it.
They have the
COVID.
There it is.
Oh, my goodness. The Rock and his family?
They tested positive for coronavirus, yeah.
And he,
his wife Lauren, and their two daughters, Tiana and Jasmine, have all recovered from the virus.
Okay.
He said he and his wife had a rough go. He said they picked up the virus from very close family friends. He said those people did not know where they contracted the virus from. Johnson said he felt he had been strict and stringent prior to getting sick and encouraged others to exercise even greater discipline.
And The Rock, if you know anything about this guy, he is as disciplined a human being as there is on Earth.
True.
Yeah.
And,
I heard he just flexed both arms and the virus went away.
Yeah. Oh, just fled his body.
Oh.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, what's the movie where the guy does that?
Well, Josh does it.
I think it's part 6. Yeah.
Part 6
Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's in the hospital and
he's got a broken arm, and he sees through the window that there's action happening without him.
Yeah.
And he needs to assist, and so he flexes his arm and busts the cast off.
It's amazing.
And then he looks at his daughter and says, "Daddy's got to go to work."
Oh, it's phenomenal.
I have had a severely broken arm. And
you flex the cast off.
I can assure you that
can't do that.
No, in the first 6 months, I couldn't touch my male member because I couldn't move it at all.
How'd you pee? No,
it was really awkward. I had to help him. It's terrible.
I had to.
Okay.
Willie would come over, unreel it. I kept saying,
like a hose.
Stop, dropping it in the water. Jesus Christ!
You know, I applaud you. I applaud the fact that you never miss an opportunity to imply that you have a giant hog.
Every single time.
Simply amazed by that.
That's the source of self-confidence. We'll find out more about The Rock getting the COVID.
No matter how still bad for his girls. Glad they're all right.
Yeah, but he and again, he's a really disciplined guy when it comes to his physical well-being and health and what he eats. So it just shows anybody can get it.
Virus don't care about discipline.
No, it doesn't.
Virus doesn't care.
That's true.
Nope.
So when it comes, what is his phrase? Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Right.
Apparently, he couldn't smell it or taste it.
Yeah, no, he couldn't. It's one of the main symptoms.
If you're familiar with anybody familiar with symptoms of
that
the COVID?
joke is as fresh as today's headline.
A friend of mine was telling me that
you have no friends.
You're correct.
Oh, that's not nice.
I have 3 friends. I spoke to 2 of them yesterday. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the friend of mine was telling me that he knew that he had the COVID. I think you had the same experience. He knew that he had it when he was driving, and he realized that someone was doing something in the car, and he realized, wait a minute, I can't smell that.
Oh, man.
And then he realized, wait a second, and then he started eating it. I can't taste anything. So symptoms vary. Check local listings. Now, Josh, you have a good day yesterday?
Yeah.
Can we ask a question?
Yes, please.
Did you cut your grass?
No, I didn't need to yesterday.
You look like you got some sun.
Oh, I was.
You on the deck?
I mean, it wasn't. I was reading on my porch.
Were you on the deck lording over your property?
No, on my porch. So the front yard, lording over the neighborhood.
Okay.
Yeah. That's right.
This is mine.
Reading some text from some pornographic mag.
Oh, jeez, that is creepy and
Finished
weird.
up a wonderful book that Christy had recommended to me called "Where the Crawdads Sing."
Oh, isn't that just a delight?
My God, isn't that the writer of The Muted Heart?
You guys laugh.
It's a lovely, sweet, sad.
Of course, that is the sequel to Josh's favorite book, but Where the Crabs Itch.
Well, now you've got sexually transmitted diseases, Joshy.
Josh, I thought the joke was going to be about you eating crawdads. So congratulations.
Seafood.
Did you find at the end of the book you really had to go out and go to Red Lobster?
I did not. No.
Okay. The crawdads sing.
All this.
It's a really good book.
Okay, sure. We'll find out more about that coming up. We have some interesting sex news today and a really good world record, by the way. Now, I want to remind you also, with the increase in cyber learning, such as it is, it's important to keep your kids' personal information safe. And there are a lot of risks we all know about when you're using your mobile devices and your computers. Be very careful checking in with their apps when they announce their location, et cetera, et cetera. Sensitive personal information can be floating around out there, and there are people right now. I think I just saw that something like the cybercrime is up 75%. Since this coronavirus thing started, something like that. LifeLock is out there to help. It detects a wide range of identity threats, like your social security number being for sale on the dark web. And LifeLock's got something brand new I'm going to tell you about in just a second. I'm a big fan, by the way, and it's very inexpensive. LifeLock's out there watching your stuff, watching your numbers, watching your accounts, so that if anything happens, they'll let you know so you can make sure that it's you. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but you can find out if your information is in the dark web. In fact, there's something brand new from LifeLock. It's a free dark web scan. Go to lifelock.com/scan. Pick the plan that's right for you. Save 25% in your first year, by the way, with the promo code TOM25. Free scan, lifelock.com/scan, and 25% off regular LifeLock service with the promo code TOM25. LifeLock, you'll sleep better knowing someone's watching out for you. Coming up, we have perhaps the greatest moment in the history of a city council meeting. Involving boneless chicken wings.
Is that right?
Did you watch the video on this?
Oh, God, it's the best.
It is so entertaining.
Did it remind you, yes or no, did it remind you of a certain television show?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I know. You're going to go, wait a minute, that's real life. When we come back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just ruined it. Hey, we've made it to Thursday, everybody. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Great show for you today, including author and comedian. You heard me. Author and comedian Al Jackson's going to be joining us. He has a children's book out. It's called Where is Baby Ford? It's available at aljacksonlive.com. Portions of the proceeds benefit the Firefly School for Autism. So congratulations to Al. His first book is coming out. I believe it's out now and ready to be ordered. We'll talk to him all about it coming up later this morning. Comedian and author Al Jackson, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Stay tuned.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Nelly says he's a Scorpio. He can do anything, even with Dancing with the Stars. He's one of the celebrity dancers for the next season, which will start September 14th on ABC. AJ McClain of the Backstreet Boys will also participate. Bachelorette Caitlin Bristow, actors Anne Heche, Jesse Metcalf, Justina Machado, and Sky Jackson. Oh, and animal rights activist Carol Baskin from Tiger King will also be one of your celebrity dancers. Dan and Shay, Florida Georgia Line, Eric Church will play the Academy of Country Music Awards. The lineup of performers also include Luke Bryan, Miranda Lambert, Luke Combs, Maren Morris, Tim McGraw, and others. If you're interested, the AMCs are going to air on CBS on September 16th. And Elvis Presley's Graceland Estate will host the Miss USA and Miss Teen USA pageants. Both events will be held at the Soundstage, the live event venue that's part of the Graceland complex. The Miss USA pageant will be November 9th and shown on the FYI channel. Miss Teen USA, it'll be 2 days earlier. The entertainment management group IMG bought the pageant from President Donald Trump back in 2015. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Dear Allie, I went on a first date with a girl and she for real wore a tiara. From 1 to 10, how crazy is this?
This is,
Very.
I love it.
It's so great when they let you know they're nuts right from the get-go.
Off the bat.
She considers herself
a princess. Josh, what would you do if a woman showed up on a first date?
I would be immediately fascinated. I'd ask many questions.
Oh, would you?
I go, you have to tell me about the tiara.
then he would ask, "I was this going to cost extra, or do you take it off?"
Yeah, am I paying princess prices?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man song.
He's the man. He's the man.
I don't take no crap from anybody else but you. I wear the pants around here when I finish with your laundry. Because I'm a guy you don't want to fight. When I say jump, you say yeah, right. I'm the man of this house until you get home.
He's the man. He's the man.
What I say goes around here, right out the window. And I don't want to hear a lot of whining, so I'll shut up. The sooner you learn who's boss around here, the sooner you can give me my orders, dear. Because I'm head honcho around here, but it's all in my head.
He's the man. He's the man.
And I can have sex anytime that you want. Because I'm a man who has needs, but they're not that important. And don't expect any flowers from me, because if I'm not mistaken, you prefer jewelry. I'm the king of my castle when you're not around.
He's the man. He's the man.
And I'll drink and watch sports whenever I want to get in trouble. And I'll come home when I'm good and ready to sleep on the couch. Because a man's got to do what a man's got to do, and I'm going to do what you tell me to, because I'm top dog around here, but I've been neutered.
He's the man. He's the man. You the man.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
I just went on a date with one girl, and she was wearing a skirt and a pair of jeans under the skirt. She was trying to say, hey, Matt, here's 2 things you're not getting into tonight.
Oh, hello there, Sonny. It's Morgan Freeman.
Oh, hey, morning, Morgan.
How y'all doing?
Good.
I'm fine. Thank you very kindly.
Oh, nice.
I understand you have someone there that was talking about men making noises during sexual encounters.
Yeah.
Understand understand you said you've never heard a man make a noise before.
Oh.
Apparently, you've never been to Shawshank, Sonny.
Now, in Shawshank Prison, is there a lot of noise?
Oh, it's hard to sleep at night.
I'll bet.
623 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
She's Christy Lee, and she's got the weather forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by the Car X-Man. Variable cloudiness today, maybe some light rain, high 84, partly cloudy tonight down to 58, and then sunshine 79 tomorrow. It's 70 right now.
Some serious cash at stake throughout the day on Q95, so keep your ears on. Details coming up about our special golf outing. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Let's see, we'll get this right. We'll take attendance. Engineer Ace Cosby.
Present.
Working on that joke of the day, sir.
Always ready.
Oh, he's always ready. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ladies, he's always ready. Oh, yeah. A man who's always...
you make my stomach hurt when you talk like
Okay,
that.
sorry. It's Chick McGee at the Sports Desk.
How about ya?
Sports coming up momentarily. Josh Arnold, of course, at the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair. Steven Singer reminds you, hey, maybe get her some jewelry right now, okay? Yeah. IHateStevenSinger.com. And why not? This is Tom speaking. We are the inhabitants of the big room, socially distanced, with our HVAC, with the our special stuff in it. And then we have Willie G in the small room over there behind the glass, Christy Lee behind the glass, and being broadcast in through closed-circuit television sources, it's Pat Godwin in the next building. Hi, Pat.
Hello.
Great song. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Should we pick another one for today, Pat?
Sure.
Should we throw something at you real quick? I just got some headlines. I'm just going to give you the headline, nothing else, okay? Boneless chicken wings at a city council meeting. Reese's breakfast cake. Donkey head caught in a chair.
Reese's breakfast cake.
I think that's the winner right there.
That stops everything.
You want to do that one? Or we've got...
what was the one you just said?
Donkey's head caught in chair. The Rock has the COVID, but he's okay, by the way. Guy crashes into a sign that says drive sober. He's allegedly drunk.
Oh, no.
The guy applies for a job on his way out of the... steals the tip jar.
Yeah, that's nice.
He'd left his real name on the application. A new world record involving billiards. Dancing with the Stars has they got the big
Carol
get.
Baskin, yeah.
The big get. Carol Baskin from Tiger King.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that's assuming that there's imagine one of those diagrams where you've got people who have Netflix, and then, on the other hand, people who watch network television. Do they meet?
Yeah, what the Venn diagram's got to be.
Do they meet at all? Okay, you should wear a mask during sex, according to a doctor. And
Canada, yeah.
Super cool, mysterious radio signal. This is just the greatest.
I know. I heard you going on about it off the.
Oh, it's so. It's a conspiracy thing, and you'll love it, Josh. Any of those appeal to you, Pat Godwin?
Well, they all do. You guys pick.
Christy, you pick. Which one?
I'm not going to pick.
You got to pick.
Ace, you were paying attention to it.
I was paying attention.
Chicken wings. Okay, Pat.
Oh, okay.
I'll send you the
Boneless
chicken wings. I'll
Right.
send you the story. Okay, now.
The term boneless chicken wings is kind of musical. Boneless chicken wings.
Yeah, it is.
Bum, bum, bum.
And it's.
How did a donkey get his head stuck in a chair? I don't have that story. I want to.
That donkey's a liar. Oh, no, that's not right. It's a sheep.
What was the one we had last week where they had to.
Wasn't there a tire or
that's right
around an elk?
It was an elk or a deer or something.
No, it was an elk had a tire around its neck, and we were trying to figure out how on earth it happened. Then someone explained to us that they regrow the
horns.
And so he
antlers.
was probably eating
Horns.
something, and then and then we had the one with was it a coyote or a wolf that had the jar stuck in his head?
Yeah.
This stuff happens a lot. I mean, there's what was it?
I've seen a bear with a jar on his head.
Remember the 6-pack, this plastic 6-pack rings were harming birds. There's all kinds of stuff. In this case, it was one of those plastic chairs, and the donkey had it stuck around his head. One of those cheap lawn chairs.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But he's okay now. It's good to hear. We're going to get to some sports in just a second. We did have a chance to talk with Mr. William Shatner yesterday. I know we were talking about it at this time yesterday, but we talked with Mr. Shatner about his new blues album. And I really enjoyed it. I think I'm not sure if you guys liked this particular version of the great B.B. King song. The Thrill Is Gone. Remember this one?
Oh, yeah, the original.
The Thrill Is Gone.
Oh, this is Shatner's.
Yeah. With, on the guitar, Ace.
Richie Blackmore.
The Thrill Is Gone away.
It just makes me laugh.
It's not an early morning thing. I mean, unless you've been up all night.
It doesn't.
You don't think
When he
so?
says baby.
Yeah.
Baby.
I don't feel it. Not feeling it.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of tried to ask him without being so direct if he was thinking about his collapsing marriage when he's saying this. He didn't take the bait.
You did not ask him anything of the sort.
No, I asked him.
You've got good manners.
No, I didn't. I said I didn't. I was kind of, I gave him the opportunity when the way I worded the question, he could have weighed in and gone, yes, at the time I was going through a very difficult time in my romantic life.
Is that where, and when he said, look, I know what you're asking.
No, Tom asked him, did you record this at night?
Yeah, I was trying
that very night.
Yeah, because then he kind of laughed. And then
Kind of smart aleck. Well, I just turned the lights down.
Then I asked him about his Christmas album, because whenever you ask artists about great Christmas albums, it's almost always the same thing. Yeah, we did it in July. Had a little trouble getting in the mood till they brought in the Christmas trees. And
am I the only one to look forward to the Christmas specials with like Perry Como and the Osmonds and
Andy Williams?
Andy Williams.
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
special.
I still look forward to that stuff.
Oh, the best
Sure.
ones are the best ones, of course. I think you can't even. The top
those
three.
Rankin Bass ones?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But also, the real Grinch Who Stole Christmas, the original cartoon,
Right.
is pure genius.
Yeah.
Boris Karloff. And, of course, anyone want to take the.
What?
Yeah.
Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol.
Oh, I thought you were going to mention Raven.
Of course.
Very good. One of the.
Razzleberry
Remember? Okay. Now, Pat's going to get to work on the boneless chicken wing story.
All right.
Which is really funny. But right now we turn to the sports page and Mr. McGee.
Apparently we have college football again tonight. So apparently they have this is for parents of the players. Central Arkansas beat Austin Peay 24-17 last Saturday. I don't know. And tonight, Central Arkansas and UAB. What do you think of that, Tom? I bet you can.
United Arab Emirates?
United.
Oh, that's UAE, sir.
So much.
Hey, did you see that Tony Dungy is going to be in the broadcast booth for
So
Notre
much
Dame?
for that.
Oh, really?
Really?
Did
I
he
love
go to?
Tony
No, he
Dungy.
went to Pittsburgh. Did he?
The great Tony Dungy. That'll be cool.
Miami Heat have taken a 2-0 lead in the NBA's Eastern Conference semifinals. The Rockets, plenty of Rockets, advanced to the Western Conference semis with a Game 7 win, but they will never win an NBA championship. Baseball Hall of Fame.
Whoa. Why is this editorializing?
Yeah, that's right.
Why not?
Because they have a bunch of selfish players on the team, and they're not. They aren't a team. Write that down.
Willie, your thoughts?
Chris Paul and James Harden have had their issues, and so the Rockets and OKC have had this weird kind of sort of rivalry the last few years, and they're not going to win. I'm with Jay.
By the way, I got a little glimpse of living with Willie this morning. I walked into the break room, and he's half in the refrigerator, half out, just staring. And I can imagine him doing that in your home, Tom.
I think we all did that, didn't we?
I think everybody does.
What the hell are you doing there?
She goes, will you just move? You know there's nothing in there you want anyway.
Get out of there.
And even when you know what's in the fridge, you still open it and you still look.
How far away are we from having miniature drones? You look at your phone and it tours your refrigerator.
We have that.
They already have refrigerators that tell you what's in your refrigerator. When you're at the grocery store.
Yes, you can open up your app.
May I ask, how do it know?
A computer.
So what, you scan stuff as you put it in? And
No. The computer, once it gets in the refrigerator takes attendance, so to speak.
Well, so it knows yesterday's chicken salad is in there?
Yes.
How does it know?
Well, I thought it was like a.
It's a UPC. It's the.
Oh, it is?
Price code. Yeah.
Isn't there a camera one?
And there's a guy in the back with a little headset.
Little miniature guy?
A little miniature guy with a
that's
headset.
all very complicated.
Like the guy
Tiny
in,
little bathroom, I hope.
In Men in Black, the guy in the.
Are those mouse turds? No. Wally.
The little guy.
Stuck in there
Don't use the water feature on the front of the fridge.
See, I'm trying to have a serious conversation about technology and little men running things, and you're not participating.
Yeah, growing up, I always thought there was a tiny little man in the ATM machine. That's a fun joy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh, that reminds me.
A tiny little man with a visor and rubber tips on his fingers.
It's so hot in here.
Counting money.
Here's your money.
Good Lord, it's hot.
On yesterday's show, we never got to Today in History. So
we haven't.
So we have
to do Yesterday in History.
We have to do Yesterday in History, so we'll get to that in just a few minutes.
For Yesterday in History today.
You want to do it right now?
Yes.
Yesterday in History. Today, of course, is what, Josh?
What is it? August,
Today is September 3rd.
September 3rd.
So you're looking for September 2nd.
I thought Christy was the one that hadn't had any sleep.
I got plenty of sleep.
Did you know?
Like I said, I just don't feel like being here.
Boy, I kind of echo that sentiment. I think I said that to Mike Mark this morning when I walked in.
You know, I feel a little dizzy today. I don't know, like my left eye's not
You guys just want to call it?
Yeah.
Chick, you know what helps me when I'm dizzy is mimosas. Mimosas always helps when I'm
Hey,
dizzy.
here, look.
Do you want to do mimosas over there?
Hang on. Just open your mind. Let's do a best of and not tell anybody. We just won't tell anybody.
Well, see, the problem was we reviewed we reviewed all the shows since coronavirus started. There is no best.
Oh, that's not true.
I can see how that would be a problem.
Okay, so it's time now for yesterday in history.
Okay.
Since
All
we
right,
was yesterday.
September 2nd.
In 1666,
Whoa!
the Great Fire of London. Anybody?
The Great Fire of London.
Started by a cow who kicked over a lamp.
Yeah, that's what started that TV show, The Great British Bake Off. God, that's one of the only cooking shows that, for some reason, I start watching that and I get riveted.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. England must think we're adorable. They have a church that was built in 600.
Oh, we are young.
Oh, what a little baby country we are.
Let's see. Of course, yesterday, very serious news in 1945. Japan, the official surrender, bringing the end to World War II. But the reason I remembered that yesterday in history was important, it was in 1969, the first ATM, or as I like to call it, ATM machine.
There was a picture of that guy. Did you see the picture?
Who invented it or they used it?
The first guy who used it at Chemical Bank somewhere in New York. Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, and I can remember the early days of the ATM, and it would very often you'd put in your card and you wouldn't get it back.
I remember those days.
So you learned that don't count on this at 1:30 in the morning for your cab fare.
Cab fare.
I was being nice. Thank you. Thank you. It was for your weed money. It was for your reefer. Because if you were meeting your man.
That's the actual picture of him. He's somewhat of a dandy, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Look at that hat.
He's got the golf hat.
Markley Cash.
That's right.
It's a machine that gives you money, see?
Check it out.
They are a lot better now. They have gotten a lot more sophisticated. And didn't we find out the highest fee for these was in strip clubs?
Oh, for sure.
I would.
Highest I've seen.
Strip clubs has something to do with
And
a casino, I would imagine.
Wasn't like a $17 fee, and you could only take out $200? Wasn't that the
My goodness.
the peak there?
And sometimes, depending on what you take out, it'll say there's a $15 fee or 20% of what you're taking out. So they'll take a larger.
Aren't there laws about this? Isn't there like usury laws or whatever?
You know what would be a good stand-up bit for you is I played the coin machine and I won or something.
Oh, and it was just the the ATM there.
Yeah, broke even on the ATM machine.
That was sort of a
Big laugh.
It sounded like an early Norm Macdonald.
Yeah. So there
I played one of the machines.
I wanted to.
It's called
I wanted to buy a whore.
Yeah, lady of the night.
Why have they taken the change machines away from the car washes? Anyone want to help me with that?
What?
They have?
Don't they have a card? Don't you just use your card?
Yeah, you just
Swipe
why do
the
you
card
want
on
a
your
change machine?
Why are you putting money in actual
Don't
machines?
you say just put that on my account?
Why
What is
don't you use your debit card?
What is this? 2005?
You can use that at the. No, I had no idea.
What do you mean, like for the vacuums and air and stuff?
Yeah.
You're not aware that
Absolutely.
you can use a card? You could swipe a card?
No idea.
Oh my
Get a
God,
soda
Tom.
with a card.
Okay, sorry.
What do we do?
How?
Back to yesterday in history, the birthday of the very famous Albert Spalding. Anyone?
Yeah, creator of the tennis ball.
Close.
That's a good guess.
Basketball?
Founder of the sports company.
Sure. Spalding, get your foot off the boat.
Spalding.
In 1946, the late, great Billy Preston was born. Truly the fifth Beatle, other than George Martin, of course.
Nothing from nothing.
You are so beautiful, the Joe Cocker song.
He was great. He's
No longer with us, Billy Preston?
Yeah, he died a few years ago.
Oh.
Murdered, yeah.
Wow.
He appears in the movie. When I saw him, I didn't realize it was a wig. He had a fro that made Angela Davis.
Are you sure that was a wig? That was a wig?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. He's absolutely positive it was a wig.
He's on one of the first or second episodes of SNL. They were the musical guests.
yeah.
And he's great.
He was in the band.
A friend of mine actually knew him, and he was telling a story about getting on an elevator, and Billy Preston's wig started to fall off. So, great. And finally, in 1948, the great Terry Bradshaw.
He has a new reality show out.
Oh, and also Keanu Reeves, 1964. He's got a new movie out there, the third version of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, getting some pretty good reviews.
Good.
I liked the first one. It was fun.
And by all accounts, Keanu Reeves is a great guy.
Yeah, seems to be.
He really tries to keep his personal life quiet and is supposed to be a really cool guy. Now, this is a really cool thing that's going on. If you're interested in doing some hiring now, because everything has been so shaken up, everything's got to be reworked. We're trying to figure out how we can move forward. One thing remains unchanged. That is the importance of having great people on your team. So if your business is ready to make that change, make that next hire, LinkedIn Jobs can help by matching your role with qualified candidates so you find the right person quickly. LinkedIn, of course, an active community of professionals. Do you know how many people are on LinkedIn?
How many?
690 million.
Yikes.
Now, this is a separate thing going on here with LinkedIn. It's called LinkedIn Jobs. They screen candidates looking for whatever kind of skills you're looking for. Be they hard skills, as they call them, or soft skills. LinkedIn puts your job post in front of qualified members every day, so it's seen by people looking for a job opening like the one that you may have. So here's what you do. When your business is ready to make that next hire, find the right person with LinkedIn Jobs. You can pay what you want and get the first $50 off. Visit LinkedIn.com/Tom. That's LinkedIn.com/Tom to get $50 off your first job post. Terms and conditions apply. Check it all out. LinkedIn.com/Tom. Coming up in sports, Chick McGee.
1 week from tonight, our long national nightmare is finally over. I'll tell you what that is.
Okay, and we're going to revisit the Jetpack song from Tim Wilson in honor of the crazy lunatic that may or may not have been flying by planes in L.A. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Keep us with you at all times. Get the Bob and Tom app now at your app store. State law.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, which begs the question, why do you need Bob and Tom 24/7?
Bob and Tom 24/7. I'll tell you why you need it, so you can listen to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison. If you missed today's show, we'll replay the show all day, beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific. It's Bob and Tom's all-day replay, hosted by Christopher, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7, beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern. We'll replay today's show back-to-back, and then again back-to-back. So that's 4 straight times all the way through, just in case you need to hear it again and again and again and again.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The Miami Heat have taken a 2-0 lead in the NBA's Eastern Conference Semis, while the Houston Rockets have advanced to the Western Conference Semis with a Game 7 win. Major League Baseball reports that Tom Seaver, Hall of Fame pitcher of the New York Mets, has died at the age of 75 following complications from COVID-19. Interleague winners yesterday in Major League Baseball, those Mets, Toronto, Atlanta, Milwaukee, and San Diego. American League winners, Cleveland, Houston, Tampa Bay, and Minnesota. Oakland at Seattle postponed. And the National League winners, Colorado, Cincinnati, Philly, the Cubs, and the Dodgers. And in the NHL playoffs, Colorado beat Dallas 4-1. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
What do you call a person you hate who's such a little phony? Or a heckler who's in a drunken state full of baloney? What does The Rock call silly fools, annoying fans, lousy tools? Oh, kick him into family jewels. He's a jabroni. Jabroni, jabroni, jabroni. Bada, bada, bing.
Just when we thought you couldn't hack it.
Oh, nice.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, this is Frank Caliendo, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Kevin Pollak is our guest. This is something that interests me. You do, for example, you do a tremendous Johnny Carson. What are all of your guys going to die off pretty soon? I mean, you've got, is that a concern? Because one of the things about our life now, with all these TV channels out there, there's so little commonality.
Yeah,
you know, we're the classic impressions when we were coming up. You know, was Edward G. Robinson when we were little kids. We're going, who the hell's that?
Yeah.
And now you've got people in their 30s going, Johnny who?
Well, that's why I had to bring along Christopher Walken.
There you go.
For the kids who love him. I'm a hoofer at heart. I don't know if you saw the Fat Boy Slim video, but I kick it old school.
That's great.
Have you interviewed Christopher Walken?
No.
Okay, well, here's your chance. And keep in mind, all of his thoughts are completely unconnected. So go ahead and ask Christopher Walken anything.
All right, what's your new project, Christopher?
Frankenstein never scared me.
So how long have you been working on the film?
Marsupials do.
And when's its release date?
Because they're fast.
They are fast.
Oh,
They are.
Bob and Tom. They put the F in professional.
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee!
Every time.
Line 8, we have a comment.
Line 8. Morning, Bob and Tom show.
Hey, this is Scoop in Cape Coral, Florida.
Hi,
Scoop,
Scoop.
how are you, sir?
I'm all right. How are you?
Great. What do you say after sex?
Or what do you hear?
Well, I usually hear silence, but I always tell my wife thank you. But usually that's because it's been so damn long since I got any that I'm like a kid getting that first piece of candy.
I know. I hear you, brother. Tell it, brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you need a safe house? Do you need anywhere to go? It's all right.
All right. Well, thank you.
So you say thank you to her.
Yeah.
And she doesn't say you're welcome or the whole thing.
Well, no, I usually leave her with that starry-eyed look on her face.
Ah, the starry-eyed look.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, she's bright. see there? There you go. Christy's mocking you.
Going, no, there's no such thing as the starry-eyed look.
I see. Well, thank you, sir.
Right,
thank you for
Scoop.
being brave and
bye.
speaking to us.
I think the fetching the towel deserves a thank you. The one guy called in that. Yeah.
Tossing the towel to you?
Sure. That deserves a thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, but you don't.
45 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
It certainly is, and that's certainly Christy Lee, and she's got an update on the forecast.
I want mac and cheese from Chick-fil-A now. That's so good. Variable cloudiness. We could see a shower pop up, high 84. Tomorrow's going to be picture perfect. Plenty of sunshine and a high of 79 degrees.
All right, and a good-looking weekend?
Absolutely.
All right.
Low humidity, lower temperatures.
Hey, it's Labor Day. Do you remember that?
Yeah, Monday.
Come up, man.
We have a benefit.
Sorry to bother you. Jesus.
I'll explain how this works later on, kids. I wanted to mention our golf outing, which is presented by Flight by Yingling, only 95 calories. Did I get that out properly? No, I didn't, because I was interrupted.
Well, now you're interrupting.
No, it's okay. I'm sure the kids at Riley will be not benefiting thanks to you, Chick.
Boy. What?
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
It's a little heavy, man.
A little harsh. I'll take it back. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I'm trying to edit this story about an ass in a chair.
Oh.
I keep getting distracted by looking at Chick.
You mean a talking ass?
It's a donkey.
How about you?
Never mind. Where was I? Oh, this is Tom. That's Ace. There's Chick. There's Josh. Behind the glass, Willie G over there. Christy Lee over there, and Patty G over there. We had a story that has just been everywhere the last few days. It's unfortunately there's no video of this, because I guess the pilots are pretty busy as they're flying by at hundreds of miles an hour. But
yeah, those things fly themselves pretty much.
A couple of pilots flying into LAX, Los Angeles, California. If you heard the tower recording where the guy goes, we just passed a guy on a jetpack off the left side, maybe 300 yards or so at our altitude. So they don't know if it was really a man in a jetpack. Some of the speculation is that it may have been a drone, like with a dummy on it or something.
Yeah.
It's very, very odd. And they're looking because two different planes saw whatever this was. An unidentified flying dude, I guess, UFD. In any event, I'll tell you what, let's see Sully land a plane after having that thing go through the engine.
No,
Forget about the geese.
Yeah, no.
But it reminded me of this great song, and this is the 45 version of it. This is a tune called Jetpack from the great Tim Wilson. He gets very upset there at the end. Once again, of course. And I think we thought that we kind of figured out that the jetpack was introduced in the movie Thunderball.
Yeah.
With James Bond. And I remember even as a kid thinking, boy, this looks really fake. But the jetpack flight was real.
Right.
But when they cut to Sean Connery as James Bond, I watched the clip yesterday. It's a very primitive green screen thing.
Where he's in front of a blue sky.
Yeah. It's really, really phony. But
Chick posted a photo of it yesterday.
With his dumb helmet. I guess the story
helmet
is the stunt guy didn't want to do the stunt without a helmet, and Sean Connery didn't want to wear the helmet.
Oh, really?
So they had to do something with the helmet and fix it, something to his head, movie magic. I'm not sure.
Well, I'd imagine, wouldn't it be pretty tough to have a helmet and a hairpiece? And didn't Connery wear a...
Yeah, without taking your hairpiece off when the helmet comes off?
Yeah, he famously wore a hairpiece. And he didn't he was readily admitted it, but...
he's just a big jerk. We don't know it.
No, he's not. All right. Sorry. We have to return to the sports desk now. We'll be also getting to your mail. Love hearing from you, especially... Go ahead.
Want a nice letter right now?
Yes, I do.
It's very sweet.
Anything but sports, it'd be great.
Remember, I was talking about how my grandfather would sort of slip me money after a play or a show choir performance, gangster style. He would fold it up in his palm and shake my hand.
Oh, nice.
And you were telling it, dude. I remember the one time after your show choir, and he slipped it to you and said, "You like girls?"
Oh, yeah. He made sure before he gave me the money that I was a straight boy.
Well, is that a joke?
Wow, that
even though you just seen me dancing with many of the school's hottest girls.
Well, of course.
Oh boy, and boys.
Good job, Tom.
Way to go. Marjorie writes in that her grandfather had an incredibly endearing way of slipping her cash when she was growing up. I was the only girl, she says, the only girl grandchild, so I think I got some extra kindness. My brother's name is Grant. So my grandfather would come up to me, and in that gangster handshake, he would whisper, "Here's a picture of your brother." Yeah, she'd look down and see a $50 bill.
Whoa!
Wow.
Yeah. Of course, Ulysses S. Grant being on the bill.
How about $250?
And her brother being named Grant.
Just $50?
I mean, just $50. I mean, I don't think Bill Gates would give that to his kids.
No, it's cool, but I bet you she wished her brother was named Franklin.
Yes, or James Madison. He's on the 5,000.
Yeah, that's
out of circulation.
Anymore.
Yeah,
that's so sweet, and a little grandpa joke to go along with it.
That's nice.
Picture of your brother.
Speaking of grandpas and grandmas,
Yeah.
what's the latest on Hurricane? What is it? Isn't it Hurricane Nana?
It's about to hit Belize today, so they're buckling down.
Yeah.
You didn't call your grandparents anything, did you? They were both.
No, they were deceased.
Both sets were.
But my mom and their Nana is. I think every family has a different thing. In some cases, they use the first name.
We have a Gran and a Grammy. We don't have Nana.
I had Nana and Gramsy.
Yeah, there you go. But this one really is named Hurricane Nana, which seems kind of mean.
And it has slowed down. Right now it's going about 25, and it's got his left blinker on.
Headed for the old country buffet, I heard.
You can tell when Hurricane Nana comes through because there's a lot of hard candy.
It just rains hard candy.
It's going to be a Hurricane 5, just like that fiver that she used to slip in the card she gives you. Not a 50.
Here's a Lincoln.
That is such a great story.
Wow.
And by the way, did you say her name was Marjorie?
Yeah.
Okay, we have a windbag correction. Do you want to throw that in real quick?
Oh, we do. Yesterday we had talked margarine, and I had brought up Parquet. Was that a margarine or was that a butter? Either way, I thought
it was
Parquet.
margarine. Yeah.
I thought those commercials were where the guy wore that big velvety crown.
Yeah.
No, that was Imperial. Of course.
And Parquet was the one that had the ventriloquist thing. You'd open the lid and go, Parquet.
Yes.
Parquet.
I loved that.
And the context of that.
It was butter.
Margarine.
Butter. Oh, yeah. Parquet.
Oh, what did it say?
Butter. Parquet. Yeah.
But am I right, though? It was like a plastic thing?
Yeah, container.
But the context of that was incredible. It was a letter to Allie Breen in which this guy goes out on a date, and the lady shows up wearing
oh, that's right.
Wearing
a tiara.
A real tiara.
Yeah. Oh, I applaud it. I love it.
That is the letter of the year.
That is the letter of the year.
I love when a woman knows her worth and she's not afraid to show it.
Oh, this
she made no
psycho just jump at you. Usually, I think Willie said, it usually takes a while before you figure out that they're lunatics.
Don't you just see your money flying out of your wallet?
Don't put that to me. I don't call women crazy all the time. I'm not you.
Okay, sorry. I just thought you said.
Yeah, how about those broads, huh?
Well, we'll relive that letter perhaps later. I really enjoyed that. What do you got? The sports teaser?
NFL season 1 week away, and is your favorite NFL team going to let you come to the games? Well, they've all decided to have a different plan, so we'll go over some.
Some of those plans haven't even been clear yet.
And the latest plan is some of them has changed already. So good luck, everybody.
Okay, we'll be back with that and more. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP and get your Bob and Tom fix 24/7. Get all the info in the VIP area at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is comedian Rob Haney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, what's the best way to get a hold of us? Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. That's our email address. I'm Mark Allison. I go through all the emails that come in through here. So go ahead and say hello. Let us know where you're listening from here on Bob and Tom 24/7. We do have listeners all over the world. And people up in cranes. That's right, 400 feet in the air listening to us every morning right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Hello to our crane guy on the East Coast. So send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. Let us know where you're listening and what you're doing today. We'll get it on to Tom, and maybe you'll make the show from somewhere around the world or right here in the United States. You were listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Al Jackson on the way on a Thursday.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. The federal government has told states to prepare for a coronavirus vaccine to be ready to be distributed by November 1st. The timeline raised concern among public health experts about an October surprise, a vaccine approval driven by political considerations ahead of a presidential election rather than science. In Japan, rescuers are searching for a livestock ship with 42 crew members on board that a survivor said sank during rough weather a day earlier off the southern Japanese island. The Filipino crew member was rescued after surveillance aircraft spotted him wearing a life vest and waving while bobbing in the water. The ship carrying 5,800 cows to China sent a distress call early Wednesday while a typhoon was blowing over the area. The man told rescuers the ship capsized and sank. The weather was clear Thursday as the search continued. And Nana has strengthened into a hurricane as it barrels westward just off the coast of Honduras on a collision course with the Central American nation of Belize, where thousands of people are stocking up on food, water, and construction materials. Long lines stretched through supermarkets and hardware store shelves were nearly bare as residents of Belize bought materials to board up windows and doors ahead of Nana's expected landfall early today as a hurricane. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Bob and Tom. Well-meaning, but
Yeah, they're all messed up.
more than slightly confused.
All around the country and coast to coast. People always say, what do you like most? I don't want to brag. I don't want to boast. I always tell them I like toast.
Very nice.
Yeah, toast! Yeah, toast! I get up in the morning about 6 a.m. Have a little jelly, have a little jam. Take a piece of bread, put it in the slot. Push down the lever and the wires get hot. I get toast. Yeah, toast! Yeah, toast! Now, there's no secret to toasting perfection. There's a dial on the side and you make your selection. Push to the dark or the light, and then if it pops too soon, press down again. Make toast. Yeah, toast! When the first caveman drove in from the dregs, didn't know what would go with the bacon and the eggs. Must have been a genius, got it in his head. Plug the toaster in the wall, buy a bag of bread, make toast. Yeah, toast! Oui, monsieur, bonjour, coquette. Oh, croissantez-vous avez? Maurice Chevalier, Eiffel Tower. Oh, oui, Marie, baguette, bonsoir. French toast! French toast! In Chicago, we're on the Bob and Tom Show. Yeah, toast! Toast.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Grandfather dies. Life.
To Q95, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
With a quick forecast, it's Christy Lee.
Q95, Fox 59 weather brought to you by the Car X-Man. Variable cloudiness today, high 84. May see a pop-up shower. And then tomorrow, plenty of sunshine, not as hot or humid, with a high near 79. It's currently 70.
Thank you very much. Ace Cosby and I have a lot in common, of course. We ski, of course.
Yeah, of course.
We also have inside our eyes multifocal lenses, so I don't have to wear glasses when I read, don't wear glasses when I drive. I can get off the rack sunglasses. Why? Well, thank you, Dr. Lanter. He installed those in my eyes and Ace's. I opted for the blue. Ace opted for the brown.
Huh.
Okay, that last part's a lie. They're clear. Chick McGee got the LASIK surgery from
distance correction, Tom.
The very handsome Dr. Lanter. He's been doing LASIK long enough to really know what he's doing. He is the man. You've only got two eyes. If you're lucky, you just got the one. Be extra careful.
No, Mr. Griswold, I expect you to see.
There you go. Dr. Lanter, Lanter. Find him on Facebook, and he's serious about your vision. So I know that I am a big fan, and thank you very much, Dr. Lanter, because I can read without glasses. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here. This is the 3rd of September, 2020. The world continues in this odd place.
Yeah.
Just got a nice letter showing me a photograph of the great Dr. Quest. From Johnny Quest.
You mean Ray Spannon?
Ray Spannon and Dr. Quest.
Yes.
Flying in jetpacks along with Johnny Quest and Haji.
Yep.
Haji was his buddy.
Yeah.
Showing them flying with their jetpacks.
Remember the dog's name?
Yeah. Bandit.
I knew that.
The great Johnny Quest.
Yeah, the markings, they look like you're wearing a mask. They call him Bandit.
Very good. I bring this up because, as you know, we were talking about the jetpack scene over LAX, and I hope that story has an ending eventually.
The jetpack scene?
Yes.
It's not a bar. Hey, you don't get in unless you're a jetpack guy.
No, I meant the jetpack had been spotted. Never mind. That's Chick. I'm Tom. There's Ace. There's Josh. Christy Lee's over there in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. Willie G over there and Patty G over there. And Mr. McGee, you had some more in sports?
This is the absolute latest from the NFL on individual stadiums and if they're allowed fans.
Subject to change later today.
Here we go. There's 32 here, so...
Don't do them all.
Well, of the 32, how many are allowing fans?
Here's I don't know. Here's the typical stadium, Arizona Cardinals.
All right.
They've announced the first 2 home games will be played without fans. From that, they don't know.
So a lot of the stadiums.
A lot of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Philly, no fans.
Falcons, no
Vegas,
fans.
no fans.
Bills prohibit fans. Bears,
both
no
New Jersey.
fans. The Chiefs opening night against the Texans 1 week from tonight. 16,000 fans will be allowed at Arrowhead. That's what they're saying.
Huh.
And I think their capacity is right around between 50 and 60.
Are they going to tape some of the seats shut so that people don't just move up to the good seats?
Probably.
Sure, it'll be just a nice orderly procession in their seats. There won't
Now,
be
will Patrick Mahomes' new fiance be able to go there? That's a good question.
Of course she will.
She's lovely. I don't know.
If she does show up, I hope they have plenty of feed.
You guys.
I didn't say anything. Don't say you guys.
It's unbelievable.
She's a beautiful young woman.
Don't talk about my man that way.
Hey, when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win Super Bowl 55, held in Tampa this year, oddly enough, Tom Brady and the Buccaneers march toward the NFL championship. They'll have a new running back, Leonard Fournette. Formerly the Jaguars, no one could understand why he was let go and cut and not picked up. Well, he got picked up yesterday by a 1-year deal.
That reminds
Tampa
me.
Bay.
Okay.
Getting some requests for Willie to grab a bass guitar.
There's no, you're not.
You're not.
Do the
Jacksonville Jaguars?
Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm tired of you hiding behind this. We're getting requests. Rude.
Let's see.
You're the only person who
I don't know if I'm more offended that you're lying to us or you think you're getting away with it. I don't know.
Josh, it's either we're getting a quest or he just goes, we've done a lot of research about this guy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We've done a lot of research.
His other 2 favorite lies are, well, my lawyer says I can't do that. Or, well, my doctor says I can't do that.
I go, really? You got a team to do research on a joke I made yesterday. Okay.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Very believable. Good.
Yeah, got it, Dad.
However, as you know, the Gordon Minshew song.
Gardner.
Sorry,
not Gordon.
whatever. I don't care.
How do you have a crush on this guy? I don't even know his dang name.
He's got a very nice
If you're going to
mustache.
stalk him, you got to get his name right, man.
Yeah. That's like if I go, my favorite porn star is Gianna Michelle. You know they're lying.
Right.
Gardner Minshew, the Gardner Minshew song, and we had a reason to play it, and we couldn't because Dean, our bass player, is off this week. And then I was reminded that Willie is, in fact, a very good bass player.
Here's what I could do. I can't play the proper, the bum, 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 bum. I couldn't learn that right now, but I could play like a bum, 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 bum.
Keep
keep it simple.
Well, do you want to maybe today learn it?
Sure. I mean, I can play it right now. It's a pretty. It's kind of a bluesy thing. It's in a minor key, right, Pat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can play it right now.
Okay.
All right.
We don't have to do it right now. But
No, you know what we should do right now is talk it to
talk
death.
about it.
That would be good.
Just bring it up.
Get
me all riled up. Past that, I'm
Gardner
yelling.
Minshew.
People are interested in this.
The Gardner Minshew tribute. Maybe you guys can get to work on it here in a few minutes. Because why don't we have some
It
exciting
just dawned on
sports?
me. It's not so much the song; it's the conversation leading up to the song that's
You're
irritating.
giving me a headache
Just
today.
go ahead and do the damn thing.
No, Chick, he needs this. This is the foreplay for his sadist weirdo mind.
Now is Godwin to finish his challenge before they start rehearsing?
Yeah.
Why don't we just let Pat do music all day and we can go home?
Yay!
There,
Now,
see, he's excited.
Pat, how are you doing on the song challenge?
Done.
Done.
Oh, okay. Well, then.
I even forget what the challenge was.
Boneless chicken wings.
Oh, that was it, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do it now?
Sure.
We haven't done the
dare
story
you.
yet.
I
but-
Well, then I'll do it right now.
Wait,
Well,
wait.
wait a second.
No, you got to do the story first. It
Well,
won't
of
make
course.
sense.
Before we do the story,
Who's enjoying this?
Nobody.
can I just say some gripes that I personally have with boneless chicken wings?
Sure.
Yes.
Boneless chicken wings are breaded. Chicken wings are not breaded. They're just fried in oil. Obviously, nothing comes from the wing, but I'm not that worried about it. But I do think they should be called breaded chicken nuggets, spicy chicken nuggets.
I agree.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
But Hooters wings are breaded.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Some other places are.
No, of course. A lot of chicken wings you can get breaded. If I get chicken wings that are breaded, typically it's not a split wing where the flat and the drum are connected. A lot more like a barbecue place, they'll give you breaded wings. But the typical bar wing is not breaded.
Oh my
It
God.
is fried in oil, not breaded.
Anybody?
And it comes
Who
with
does
butter
he, who
and
does he
buffalo sauce.
remind you of right now? Anybody?
Yeah.
I've just seen the future.
Oh my God! It's happening.
A great mind attacking a topic that I'm not much aware of, but very good, Willie.
Thank you guys for letting me do this.
The story itself involves much of the same arguments that both
Yes.
you and Ace just made. Christy, if you do a little bit of the intro, I actually have the audio of this guy talking boneless chicken wings.
A Nebraska man has gone viral after he pleaded with his local city council to change the name Boneless Chicken Wings. Lincoln resident Ander Christensen spoke passionately during the meeting's public comment period to explain why they should stop using the term boneless chicken wings. Christensen said, quote, do you want to play this?
I've got a little bit of this guy.
Okay. This is real?
Yes.
Yes, it's
All right.
real.
He's in front of a city council meeting.
Yep.
He has
Standing at the podium.
real
facing
long
him.
hair, parted in
Yeah.
the middle,
Hippie.
well dressed, and I think this is going to remind you of a sitcom. But
Okay.
this is actually this is real. This happened. This guy's tongue firmly planted in cheek. Here we go.
I promise I won't take up too much of your time here. My name is Ander Christensen. I live at 1212 Twin Ridge Road. Lincoln has the opportunity to be a social leader in this country. We have been casually ignoring a problem that has gotten so out of control that our children are throwing around names and words without even understanding their true meaning and treating things as though they're normal. I go into nice family restaurants and I see people throwing this name around and pretending as though everything is just fine. I'm talking about boneless chicken wings.
No, I hate this.
I propose that we as a city remove the... Excuse me, I'm trying to...
Yeah. He attacks the people laughing.
I propose that we as a
I hate
city
this guy.
remove the name boneless wings from our menus and from our hearts. These are our reasons why. Number one, nothing about boneless chicken wings actually come from the wing of a chicken. We would be disgusted if a butcher was mislabeling their cuts of meats, but then we go around and pretending as though the breast of the chicken is its wing. Number two, boneless chicken wings are just chicken tenders, which are already boneless.
I agree.
I don't go to order boneless tacos. I don't go and order boneless club sandwiches. I don't ask for boneless auto repair. It's just what's expected.
Okay. Does this remind anyone of an episode of Parks and Rec?
A little bit, but a lot of people. I think this guy's just doing it because he knew that people like us would be talking about it. I don't like this. I don't like that he's wasting these people's time, and I don't think it's a very well done version of the city council crash.
He proposed renaming them. Would you like to hear some of his suggestions?
Why should the government be involved in chicken wings? This is our thing. This is the people.
Buffalo style chicken tenders, wet tenders, saucy nugs, or trash. are some of the things that he came up with.
I like saucy nugs.
I love trashed wings. Those are so
don't
good.
they have trash nachos or something like that, or garbage nachos? Probably.
Yeah. Saucy nugs sounds
saucy
like a
nugs.
stripper.
Yeah.
Saucy nugs.
Saucy nugs.
Look at her and nugs.
I didn't know that. Is saucy nugs a thing? Is that a name?
I've never heard it before, but I could understand why you would say it.
Why?
Saucy nugs.
Because
they come from breasts. Breasts are on women, strippers.
Chicken nuggets.
And they're saucy.
Nobody calls breasts nugs, I hope.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I think you can call anything you want that ends in S.
Top 3 sauces for chicken wings. Nugs. Number 1, ranch.
No.
Blue cheese.
Number 2.
So this is just the dip in.
Yeah. Number 2, honey mustard.
You dip wings in honey mustard?
No.
And yeah.
What's wrong with you? What kind of wings?
Any kind of wings.
You will dip a buffalo wing in honey mustard.
Buffalo style. That's it.
Look, I can take one of you. This can't continue.
See, Willie understands that these are your opinions, and it's possible for someone's opinion to be wrong.
Well, no, I just need a clarification.
I think there's
Feelings aren't wrong.
There's some kind of language argument that's not possible. No, it is possible. If in your opinion the Earth is flat, you are an idiot.
I don't like blue cheese so much.
I don't like blue cheese.
But let's not forget, this is like a science to Willie. This is his
passion.
Yeah,
look at him.
He told us on day 1 that he loves wings.
And why do they give you a choice, blue cheese or ranch? Just bring me both and stop thinking
you're going to end up wasting one.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, no, also
I might take a taste of blue cheese.
No.
I might fancy a little
Hate blue cheese. Blue cheese by federal law should be dyed blue, so you don't think it's the ranch. Dip your chicken wing in blue cheese and are horrified that you taste like you're eating a hot tire.
See, now you're saying something I can agree with.
And don't charge me for the ranch or the blue cheese.
Now
Am I
we've
right?
talked this
Yes,
to death.
some
We don't have
places they
time
will.
for the song.
There's always time
Who
for the
let
song.
the girl in? I thought we were talking chicken wings and having
More
fun.
sports coming up, including a world record.
Hey, if you're looking for ways to save more money each month, look no further because Navy Federal Credit Union offers their members some great ways to lower interest rates and save more. One of those options would be, Josh?
Well, to transfer your credit card balance to a new Navy Federal Platinum credit card. Doesn't Platinum sound better anyway?
Yes,
My
yes.
gosh, save with a low intro APR. And since it's Navy Federal's lowest rate card, the Platinum card is perfect for large purchases. What do you got, a fridge? Maybe a new laundry pair? Something like that? You might need extra time to pay that off.
Yeah.
What's a laundry pair?
Washer dryer, you tool.
Yeah. It's a laundry pair. That's what they call them.
And have you thought about refinancing your auto loan
What,
from
a washer
another
and
lender with Navy Federal?
Sorry.
Members save more money when they refi with Navy Federal. You can enjoy low rates and flexible payments and terms.
Plus, when you refi your auto loan from another lender with Navy Federal, listen to this, you'll get a $200 bonus. That's free money, folks. It's easy to drive off and save.
And it's easy to apply online or on the mobile app. Visit NavyFederal.org to learn more. At Navy Federal, members are the mission.
Okay, breathe, Josh. Deep breath, go.
Terms and conditions apply. Credit and collateral subject to approval. Refinance loan must be at least $5,000 to be eligible for the $200 bonus. Message and data rates may apply. Insured by the NCUA.
Nice.
Out of the park, Josh.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Very well done.
Very nice.
I'll nail a mandatory legal, I'll tell you that.
That's very nice. Laundry pair. That's what they call
You've
it.
never heard that?
No, you call it a washer and a dryer.
Oh, my
Yeah, most people probably say washer and dryer.
You have to stop. You have to know that some people call things that you don't. Never.
If you went for a laundry pair, I would think of fruit. When we come back, have you ever heard this?
Is that a guy farting on a microphone?
That is a mysterious radio signal that's been in the airwaves for decades. It involves Russia. It sounds like an episode of Lost.
Weird.
It is so cool. That story is coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Bob. And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Don't forget, right after the Bob and Tom show today on Bob and Tom 24/7, we roll right into what we call Bob and Tom's work farce. See, well, changed the letter there. Ace Cosby's your host. Keep your smile going all day and keep your coworkers guessing what the heck are you up to making you so happy. That's right. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. We'll have Al Jackson coming up later this morning. Did you hear he wrote a children's book? That's right. He's a comedian and an author. We'll get details on his new children's book and where you can find it at aljacksonlive.com if you're interested. The book is called Where is Baby Ford? And we'll be talking to Al Jackson about it later this morning. He'll be zooming in from Denver, Colorado, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Nelly says he's a Scorpio. He can do anything, even with Dancing with the Stars. He's one of the celebrity dancers for the next season, which will start September 14th on ABC. AJ McClain of the Backstreet Boys will also participate. Bachelorette Caitlin Bristow, actors Anne Heche, Jesse Metcalf, Justina Machado, and Sky Jackson. Oh, and animal rights activist Carol Baskin from Tiger King will also be one of your celebrity dancers. Dan and Shay, Florida Georgia Line, Eric Church will play the Academy of Country Music Awards. The lineup of performers also include Luke Bryan, Miranda Lambert, Luke Combs, Maren Morris, Tim McGraw, and others. If you're interested, the AMCs are going to air on CBS on September 16th. And Elvis Presley's Graceland Estate will host the Miss USA and Miss Teen USA pageants. Both events will be held at the Soundstage, the live event venue that's part of the Graceland complex. The Miss USA pageant will be November 9th and shown on the FYI channel. Miss Teen USA, it'll be 2 days earlier. The entertainment management group IMG bought the pageant from President Donald Trump back in 2015. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, this is comedian Ron White, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 20.
Bob and Tom.
For your information, these are two of the worst kids I have ever encountered in my life, and I worked the state fair.
We were stupid before stupid was cool.
I went to New York because at the time I was married, and, you know, you could work every night and stay home and you try and work on the marriage. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You're married. It's not that I'm, like, bitter or anything. It's just I wish I could have rehearsed for living with someone that I was in love with.
Mm-hmm.
Different than even a regular roommate, because you move in, you're in love, and then the rules come out. Rules for the bathroom, the kitchen, the sweet and low. You know, it's like you get the feeling you don't get divorced because the thrill is gone. It's because you don't know how to stack the tapes right underneath the VCR. It's because you put the spoon in the fork slot of the silverware drawer after having been repeatedly warned. You know what I mean?
Daryl Hammond, disgruntled former husband, and New Yorker is our guest. You're a very well-dressed man. I can't notice
This is
that.
about $27. Part of my new line of men's clothing for divorced guys called That's clean.
This magician's on stage and invites this guy from the audience to give him a sledgehammer. The magician says, I want you to hit me in the temple as hard as you can with a sledgehammer. The guy goes, all right. So the magician lays his head down on his block.
7:22 on the button, Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee has the forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Variable cloudiness with a high of 84. Might see a little bit of rain today. And then sunshine, beautiful Friday with a high of 79 degrees. Currently 70 degrees.
Thank you very much, Christy Lee. We have our golf outing coming up. It is a benefit for the Riley Hospital for Children. It will be Wednesday, September 16th. Top Golf is the location in Fishers. Details are all posted at Q95.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Welcome back to the big room with Ace, Chick, Josh, and yours truly. Josh, of course, at the IHateStevensinger.com sidekick desk. Christy Lee.
Yes, sir.
In the next room, behind the glass.
Yes, sir.
That's the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. Willie G is back over there. We've just heard quite a bit about chicken wings, and I understand
he is certainly your son.
He knows a lot about those chicken wings. And we have a song about chicken wings coming up for Mr. Pat Godwin. The explanation why we asked then the Pat Godwin Challenge this morning for Pat to write a song about one of the news stories. This is a story out of Nebraska in which young Ander Christensen spoke in front of the city council, asking the city to declare the name boneless chicken wings against the law, apparently.
Yeah, and again, this isn't the law doesn't need to come into this. This is an issue of the people, and I think it'll happen. The revolution will not be televised, as they say, when it comes to the naming of boneless chicken wings.
But it will be broadcast on the radio on this show. Thank you very much.
Dear Chick.
Yeah?
This is from James in Michigan.
Hi, James.
Dear Chick, oh, dear Lord, there are two Toms. I could have sworn that when I heard Willie talking about chicken wings, I was listening to his dad. The way he was going into detail about the breading versus the fried in the oil and how the wings were separated just proved he is Tom's son. No DNA test required there.
Thank you very much. And I will also say this, then during the break.
Yes!
There was a 6-minute discussion of chicken wings.
Yes, because now we all want chicken wings.
And
we're talking about best of the city. We haven't reached
the best.
Oh, I can tell you.
I think the answer is there are a lot of really good ones.
Yeah, I think that's a fair answer.
But this guy's point is, and I really agreed with parts of what he said, that they're not really, boneless chicken wings are essentially chicken tenders.
Right.
So I think this guy's making a point, Willie, which is that this is a big lie for children.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there are no, chicken wings have bones in them.
And you're telling kids that it's tragic, really.
Well.
Although they are very tasty. And what was the name what do you want to call them?
Saucy Nugs.
Saucy Nugs.
Saucy Nugs, he wants to call them. And I think Saucy Nugs sounds like the name of a porn star.
It's not a very appealing name for
Saucy Nugs.
A woman.
You see,
sounds like you're talking about her breasts.
Yeah. Or Saucy Nugs, maybe a hip-hop artist.
Yeah?
You see, hear that new song from Saucy Nugs?
To me, it sounds like a weed thing.
Right,
Nugs is weed.
Oh, could be.
Right. Sauce is a part of the hash oil world, so...
And is nug a weed term?
Yeah, you'll have a nug, a little nugget of weed.
So is hash oil legal too?
No, they're all illegal. It's legal in states where it is legal.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, hash oil is
like
just, if weed is beer, hash oil is whiskey. Think of it that way.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so Saucy Nug's a better name for weed than a hip-hop artist.
Does Pat have a song about this?
I do.
Is your Saucy Nug's new hip-hop song?
No.
What is it?
Stick It In and Leave It In. It's
oh, my God.
Oh, that's a
great song.
Catchy.
Yeah.
Sort of the male answer to WAP.
That's exactly what I was going for.
Hey, Pat, what you got going on over there?
Well, Willie, I sing for the people.
I tried.
Call it chicken, tender, or a saucy nug. Boneless just won't do. Don't call it wings. There's no meat there. BWW's lying to you. Oh, it comes from the breast where the meat is best. There's no chicken bone, so don't say boneless ever again. I'm looking at you, Buffalo.
Oh, that is lovely. Thank you, King.
Thank you very much.
Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of lying
You think?
Oh, yeah.
Especially today.
In food.
Yeah, some of it's coming out of your mouth, pal.
No, I mean, in false
Everywhere.
labels. I got a drumstick from the ice cream truck, and it wasn't any turkey at all on it. It was,
that's
all ice cream.
Well, that's what they call those, are drumsticks. What do you call them? The cone ice cream, nut-covered buddy?
I'm sorry. Could we get back to sports, please?
One more sports story, and then I'm going home.
No, you're not.
This is a billiards expert has set the Guinness World Record for most pool table trick shots in 24 hours.
How many?
Lord. Mr. Florian Kohler.
Florian Kohler?
Not the toilet Kohler, but another member of the family who goes by the nickname Venom Trick Shots.
How about that?
This guy is ungodly great at pool.
He was able to perform 753 unique trick shots in 24 hours, or about 30 trick shots every hour.
We don't know that he's good at pool. He might just be good at trick shots.
No, I watched it. It's...
Yeah, but he may sink the 8-ball every time. You know what I mean? Like, he might scratch.
Sure, yeah.
Paul Newman might
tell you what, I will happily bet my entire 401k on this guy versus you in a game of pool.
He holds multiple... What?
No, you wouldn't, because one wrong break and you lose everything.
Oh,
that first break and that 8-ball goes right in.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
He scratched the cue ball. He holds multiple world records, including most pool balls potted into the middle pocket over an obstacle in 1 minute. I don't even know what the hell that is.
I just watched him do a trick. He takes a ball, takes the cue ball. He's at the far end of the pool table.
Yeah.
And he's got like a high jump bar over the pool table. They measure whatever. And he comes down sort of vertically on the ball. It flies up and over and into the pocket. He does all kinds of shots where he goes over things, and it's just incredible.
He's really trying to sell us on this.
I'm telling you, Google Venom trick shots. You'll go, wow.
I have no desire to see anything you're talking about.
Fine. I hope this guy
What is he going to do?
Hustles you like Minnesota Fats.
No, I'm with Josh on this, because one time I was at a bar and this guy got kind of tough playing pool. He was like, "Want to play again?" Like after he beat me, like trying to hustle me. I was like, "No, man, I'm done. I don't care about pool. This is all you. Like, enjoy.
This is how I make my living."
Yeah,
I care less about you.
I thought about Josh while watching this guy do the world record.
You think about Josh
because
a lot,
at one point he looked up and said, "More chalk."
Did he really? Oh, that's perfect.
Which is the famous Josh joke.
Not my joke. Your joke about me.
That's right. I'm sorry. It's been named.
And I don't know
named after you, much the way they named Lou Gehrig disease after him.
Oh, look at this. This guy looks like a super nerd, Arnold Stang or something.
Watch this guy play pool. He is absolutely incredible. He has dozens of world records in the realm of pool.
Tom, do you have a pool table anywhere?
When we were growing up, we had one. We used to have one at the house.
In the basement.
What was that? When we were growing up, well, obviously, my famous story, we had a pool table.
I'm a big fan. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Well, in your case, the pool table was primarily a place for your mom to put the cue stick that she would hit you with, right?
That's right.
Okay, good.
Bashed me right in the head.
Yeah, it's
Taught
fun.
me a lesson.
But you watch this guy and you go, why bother playing? This guy's so incredible.
We had a pool table, and I remember around 7th grade when it became the laundry table.
That'll happen.
We
had a ping pong table.
Yeah, and the exercise bike became a coat rack. All these things happen. Oh, well. Is that sports?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
boy,
thank you
this
very
is
much.
just... But he's not even using another ball to hit another ball. He's just popping the balls over an obstacle, and they go in a pocket.
That's not...
That's not a pool shot.
That's one trick. There's lots of
That's
tricks.
not a pool shot to me.
You got to hit another ball.
Yes.
Most of them hit another ball.
That's called a scratch.
Show me a cue ball hitting the ball and that ball going in the air. Then you got a trick
Watch
shot.
for a minute. There are merely hundreds of those.
I saw him play an actual match.
Yeah.
And, he had to use the granny stick at one point. He's not that good.
Oh, the granny
stick.
Well, I used to have my own pool cue. That was fun.
You had your own pool cue. What happened to
Twisted up?
I don't
Lose it
know
in
what
one of the
happened.
marriages?
Probably. I don't know what happened to it.
That guy had a good lawyer.
No, it's sad, too, 'cause it was a great stick. Oh, well.
Cue, please.
All right. Now, but we have this super cool story based on...
Another super cool... Cooler than pool?
Yes. Did you ever watch Lost?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Remember
Lost is
Big fan.
still the only television show that had to have another
It's not true.
version of the show the same week with subtitles telling you what was happening.
Other shows have done that.
Which ones?
Walking Dead.
I believe Punky Brewster would have a weekly
Recap and here's what you
that's right.
watched.
In case you missed it.
This is here's the sound. Give this a listen. Here you go.
Sounds like a semi.
Yeah. MJB is the name of a mysterious radio station that's been
that part of the sound?
broadcasting.
That was weird.
There was a weird part at the
Yeah,
end.
play that again, Tom. I don't know if you picked that up.
Okay, now Christy, start at the beginning.
Oh, see, there is a weird part there.
MJB is the name of a mysterious radio station. It's been broadcasting for nearly 4 decades, but no one will claim to operate it. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Since 1982, MJB has been broadcasting a dull, monotonous tone followed by a second foghorn-like sound that you just heard every few seconds. But every once in a while, about once or twice a week, someone will also utter some random phrase in Russian like dinghy or farming specialist, and the droning sound returns.
And once a month, they play the Cash song. So, you might win.
The mystery of MJB has fascinated radio enthusiasts around the world for years, and theories regarding its purpose range from nuclear war triggering device to communicating with, Josh?
Aliens.
That's right. So far, no one has been able to crack the mystery of this radio station.
So it's primarily this dull, monotonous droning with that what sounds like a horn.
And then occasionally some chatter.
Occasionally you'll hear some random Russian words, except I understand they do a different tone on Tuesdays, of course, because it's a two-tone Tuesday.
Oh, sure, yeah.
That's right, baby.
And then, of course, the Cash song every month.
Yes, sir.
Which is usually Tommy Two-Tone, so it all comes
8, 6,
together.
7.
It reminds me, remember in Lost, if you watch the show Lost, there was that constant looped, I think it was a French-sounding voice.
Yeah, it was Danielle, the French woman. She recorded a message. Sorry, I'm going to shut up today.
No. I'm sorry. I was way off on being the stupidest show ever made. I'm sorry. There was Danielle, Josh, a French woman.
I just thought that
fascinating character.
No, but they discovered this tape or this sound broadcast. I thought that was the coolest thing.
I loved that show.
Lord love a duck.
But this is apparently there's a bunch of theories. If you Google this, and they call it MJB, but it's MDZHB or something is the actual
like
call sign.
thing.
But I mean, for the most part, it sounds like just monotonous droning. So it's much like American sports talk radio.
Oh, a little editorial there.
Right? What if they're talking about? What if they're talking about trick shots in pool?
Yeah.
I bet you're hanging on every word then.
The Nugs aren't the only thing that's saucy. Tom's saucy today.
Okay, maybe I'm sorry. It's a monotonous droning. It's probably NPR.
I don't know. I was going to say that Putin did just get reelected without term limits for another decade and a half. So maybe we shouldn't talk about it because then they'll be playing that on our radio station.
Yeah, well, there's a monotonous droning from the left. It's NPR. From the right, it's someone else. The point is, this is apparently there's 2 different towers in Russia. They think this may come from. And
I feel like they could solve this mystery pretty easily. Yeah. Just contact whoever owns that station,
but it's the airwaves. One of the theories is that it's occupying that frequency, so no one else will want to get on it. And then if some nuclear issue or they would immediately grab the. I don't know.
Why can't they find out?
I heard the frequency's going to go country next Tuesday. That's what I heard.
They keep.
I got some guy named Kenneth working on it.
Or play Christmas music.
Thank you,
Did he
Josh.
tell you what the frequency is?
Yeah, he'll tell you what the frequency is.
That's a nice obscure reference. You don't get a lot of Dan Rather obscure references in any show these days. Coming up, we have some interesting stuff in the news, including, for those of you that enjoy Dancing with the Stars, the show that redefined the meaning of the word star.
Yeah.
By the way, for those of you that are looking up.
The Circus of the Stars was a little liberal with it, too.
Remember Carol Channing and her performing dogs? Man, that was a great act.
I do remember that.
Yes.
I used to love Circus of the Stars.
So did I.
And I didn't ever see it. What exactly was it?
They would have that day's stars.
Suzanne Summers doing a trapeze act, I think?
Sure, yeah.
Put them in the circus.
They would train them for a couple weeks, and then they would actually come out and do circus things.
Oh, ABC. Boy, don't they have some fun shows.
Oh, and the superstars.
You loved him as the owner of the diner in Happy Days, Mel. Now he's walking the tightrope.
That's right. Oh, no.
He's racing Chachi.
That's what took him out? I had no idea.
Battle of the Network Stars? Don't you remember that?
Yes.
NBC versus
That was
CBS.
terrible. We do
William
have
Conrad.
a kind of an odd David Blaine stunt.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah, he's got to be mad at that jetpack guy.
Yeah.
Taking all the...
Took all his...
That's exactly what I was going to say. Or I was actually going to say the young lady, the 4-year-old who got caught up in the kite and flying
in Thailand.
So David Blaine's just like the guy from Up, floating around. We'll find out about him floating around. Also, The Rock in the news. It's good news, bad news, mostly good news. He's going to be okay. All that is coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules. Or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see contest rules. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Bob.
And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
24/7.
Hey, have you folks heard about Bob and Tom's YouTube channel? You can subscribe right now at no cost to the Bob and Tom Show YouTube channel. You can be watching Bob and Tom Tonight. That's Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Plus, on the YouTube channel, Bob and Tom Archives and Highlights. You can spend lots of time there. Make sure you subscribe. Again, it's free. Over 100,000 other Bob and Tom fans from around the world have already subscribed to the Bob and Tom YouTube channel. That's a lot. We're looking to double or triple it, and you can help. If you haven't subscribed, again, it's free. Just click that button. You were listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The Miami Heat have taken a 2-0 lead in the NBA's Eastern Conference semis, while the Houston Rockets have advanced to the Western Conference semis with a Game 7 win. Major League Baseball reports that Tom Seaver, Hall of Fame pitcher of the New York Mets, has died at the age of 75 following complications from COVID-19. Interleague winners yesterday in Major League Baseball, those Mets, Toronto, Atlanta, Milwaukee, and San Diego. American League winner, Cleveland, Houston, Tampa Bay, and Minnesota. Oakland at Seattle postponed. And the National League winners, Colorado, Cincinnati, Philly, the Cubs, and the Dodgers. And in the NHL playoffs, Colorado beat Dallas 4-1. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Your Don Shula is also your George Bailey.
No, my Don Shula is also my Mr. Potter. That's exactly. He's the evil bank.
Sorry.
He's the evil rich man
from the same movie, though.
Right.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, let's compare them. Go ahead. I want to see the.
Here's Don Shula.
Right. Okay.
There shouldn't be any celebrating in my NFL. All right. And now here's Mr. Potter from It's a Wonderful Life. You called me a pathetic old man, George Bailey.
There's a distinction.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
We're joined in the studio by comedian Kevin Pollak. You're asked this all the time, but I have to ask. When you're on the set with Jack Nicholson in on a wonderful movie, A Few Good Men, at what point do you break the ice with him, or does he? How does that work? Had you ever met him before?
No, I hadn't met him before, and I was surprised by his demeanor. I just expected, in order to represent cool for the last 4 decades, that you'd have to be a little aloof, you know, people talking about you rather than to you. But he was the most approachable, gregarious screwball I've ever seen on a set. He looked stoned every day. And I'm not saying he was, but he was happy all the time. Especially right after coming out from his trailer. Very, very happy and relaxed.
Yes.
And seemed kind of sleepy.
But who are we to judge?
That's right.
Yeah. Sort of like Satchmo. Kind of a Louis Armstrong thing.
But he, no, he was really funny all the time. And I tell the story in my stand-up act about how my mom came to visit the set and ended up hitting on Jack Nicholson during shooting the courtroom stuff. And he saw me squirming at the legal table there in the courtroom as I'm watching this. And then that became fuel for his fire, you know. And he came over to where I was sitting and said, "Hey, Kev, how's it going? Listen, I was wondering if you could do me a favor." Yes. I was hoping you might be able to get your mom off my butt.
Oh, but he didn't say butt.
No, he didn't. She's hitting on me. What the hell is that? What am I supposed to do? Take your mom back to my trailer? Is that what you want?
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
I can hear you, oh no. You're talking out your ass again.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
I got one of those,
Yeah?
you know, the calls on the phone, the guy's selling you something or trying to get donation.
Right.
He actually used this word. Is this the man of the house? Is this 1952? Yes, it is the man of the house. I'm lounging on the divan with a highball. Why do you insist on calling during Edward R. Murrow? I'm furious.
Come on.
So I'm working on it. My wife said you learn a lot about yourself if you keep a diary. And that is so true. I've learned my life is brimming over with really boring activities. And now one more, writing. 744 Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. Christy has an update in the forecast.
Yeah, we're going to see variable cloudiness today, maybe some light rain around, high 84. Big change coming tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine, a lot less humid, and a high of 78.
Your big change starts tomorrow?
Yeah, my change starts tomorrow.
A change in weather. There's a change in me.
What do you want me to change, Josh? Everything?
No, I just thought you meant menopause.
The sportscaster?
The change.
Never mind. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
What a mess.
The big room features that chair over there, the IHateStevenSinger.com side. Kick chair, currently occupied by Josh.
You better believe it, pal.
Presently to have a new occupant.
What? Whoa.
Uh-oh.
See, presently means soon, not now. Okay,
Right.
never mind.
Now Willie's in the batter box. Who's going first?
Is that what's going on? Oh, gosh.
He's just tapping his foot, whistling. He's not doing anything.
Willie G over there. There's Christy. I'm Tom. That's Ace, of course. There's Chick McGee. And then in the batter's box in the music room, it's Pat Godwin. Pat, I know we got a song coming in just a second. But I want to clarify, we were having a discussion about
many things.
Well, Willie was trying to make the distinction between what was it, the legal weed and the legal hash oil?
Weed and hash oil, and I said that weed is more like weed's like if weed is beer, then hash oil's whiskey. And somebody wrote in, I think their name is Ryan, and they said a more appropriate comparison of weed to hash oil would be from beer to moonshine hooch. So I
would think so.
That's pretty.
Hash oil's
pretty strong,
just liquid THC is.
Yeah. If you Google my first dab, there are several fun videos that you can see of people reacting.
no.
How much hash oil does it take to just lose your mind? Like
Nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
like barely
nothing.
anything. It's all pure.
My
THC.
first dab?
Yeah, so a dab will do ya. A dab will do. Yes, Christy has it exactly.
Like the old Brill Cream
Brill
commercial?
Cream commercial.
Brill Cream.
So how do you administer that? Do you?
Yeah, do you drink or it's top?
Yeah.
So there's all different kinds of stuff. There's topical stuff. There's stuff that you can just drink or eat, but that has to be decarbed in a certain way so the hash oil is active. Usually you smoke it by heating up something till it gets red hot, and then you hold it against that, and then you suck in that.
Nothing can go wrong doing that.
Man, you got to want it.
Well, now, coming up, we have an interesting thing about Florida man and another place where something went terribly wrong in the world. Oh, did you get that?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
This is Dick Hitzwater sitting in for Marlon Perkins. And this is Some Other News, special Yellowstone edition.
Oh, okay. That's why Marlon Perkins.
Oh, okay.
Park rangers have been warning visitors at Yellowstone that they shouldn't get too close to elk during this mating season because male elks can be very dangerous. Now, here is some more advice about animals to avoid at Yellowstone.
Okay.
Don't sneak up on a red fox and yell, "Where's Lamont, you big dummy?"
Red fox.
They don't want you to do that.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, red fox.
Never tease a cougar by yelling, "Do you mind if I call you Cougar Mellencamp?" Never say to a wolverine, "That tree full of buckeyes is going to kick your butt."
Oh, college
Wolverines.
Oh, wow.
Bird watchers, should you come across the famed rare bird of Yellowstone, the mountain chickadee, never under any circumstances yell, "How about ya?"
Oh, the chickadee.
How about ya?
The bird will go directly for your throat and peck out your larynx. Or at least Chick will peck out mine. And finally, never say to a bear, "Hey, boo-boo." The bear might be dealing with his lady friend's unplanned pregnancy and take it the wrong way and sodomize you on a picnic table. Well, this is Dick Hitzwater sitting in for Marlon Perkins, and this has been Some Other News special Yellowstone edition. Bye, kids.
Boy.
It started so innocently.
Yeah.
Dorothy. Sodomized by a bear.
On a picnic table. Revenant.
That is rough.
Oh, speaking of food.
Yes.
Have you seen this?
What is it?
Well, first it was breakfast mac and cheese. Now this. Reese's has launched a breakfast snack cake.
This sounds amazing.
Everybody,
I can't stand it.
Shut up.
Yes.
Peanut butter and chocolate snack cake, which the brand is calling a mid-morning snack,
Are they?
will be released this December. Citing a survey from market research software company Cytex, Reese's said 83% of American adults have admitted to indulging in dessert before noon in the past month. Hershey executive Mike Orr said, "We know that sometimes you just don't want to wait until lunch."
Sometimes you just
You just don't want to get up from the couch, Stan.
If I could point out behind the scenes, we've all been eating cookies
Yes.
Oh, man,
this
those
morning
cookies are amazing.
I haven't had mine yet.
They're so good.
from my bakery friends. Yeah, aren't they amazing?
Yes.
But have you noticed there seems to be a trend in these news stories? We're getting a lot of, now we're calling it breakfast stories.
Yeah, the mac and cheese.
I think breakfast has been, I would say, if there were a vague survey, it would be breakfast is up in numbers because people aren't rushing to work or school as much as they used to.
But also, we've had sort of, what's the word I'm looking, and who was it? The mac and cheese?
Yeah,
now they're calling it breakfast mac and cheese.
Right.
We had another one last week. I forgot what it was, but.
It's amazing how we fool ourselves into thinking some of these.
Already has a breakfast cereal out. Reese's Puffs.
Yeah,
right,
of course.
Yeah.
But what's next? Cadbury scrambled eggs.
I make a mean Cadbury omelet on Easter weekend. Yeah, it's.
And I would also venture to say these are probably all have fewer calories than the average pancakes with syrup and butter.
Who fooled us?
Top 3 breakfasts.
Oh, this is tough.
My my top 3 breakfasts.
All right.
Number 1, quiche.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
What?
Go ahead.
What kind of quiche?
Any kind of quiche. Ham
Really?
and cheese, ham and...
All right.
Any kind of quiche with ham.
What's number 2, Betty?
Biscuits and gravy.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
Biscuits and
Finally,
gravy.
something a man can eat.
And number 3,
real men eat quiche.
Western omelet.
Ooh,
Nice
Western
omelet. So I think number 3 and number 1 are kind of the same.
No. Why get a quiche when you can get a Western omelet?
Because it's got the
They
crust.
got the crust on the thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Nice and sugary.
Yeah, you guys are right.
It's not sugary on a quiche.
Savory.
Yeah. No, it's flaky.
It's not. No, Tom.
You
It's not,
think it's a cheesecake
it's not
crust.
sugary.
Is your pie lady making you quiches?
You think they use cheese crust?
The number 1 breakfast
You've
is
never had
a
quiche.
buffet at a really nice hotel where they've got
So you can eat everything.
they've got the salmon, they've got
Tell you this, though.
every kind of egg you want.
Buffet pancakes, never good.
No.
Never good.
I spent some time on a buffet at one of those places we went, traveled for the show, and I don't remember what I ate first. It was crazy. I was there for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Just
you're
plate
right.
after
the
plate
prefab
after plate.
pancake's no good.
No, unfortunately, they haven't nailed that.
But now, do you like the where they have the guy standing there making the omelet for you?
I do. I don't often utilize it, but I do like it.
Are you
Yeah.
embarrassed by talking to him? You probably, hey, how you doing? How's the wife and kids?
Here all
seems
seems a little awkward.
He has a perfect joke for everything, but Gary Goldman has a perfect joke about the omelet station.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. It's incredible. It is incredible.
I love Gary Goldman.
What I tend to do is walk away from the omelet. I'll place my order, and then I'll go load up on some things, and then I'll come back so I'm not lingering.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse than being the overweight guy watching your food get made.
Tapping your foot.
Look at that guy.
Hey, not so light on the bacon bits.
Right, he looks like that guy looks like a mountain lion watching an injured deer.
I don't understand why would Josh be just waiting for his omelet to be prepared?
Are you almost done? Fat. I'm so fat. I'm the fattest. I am fat. Nobody's fatter than me. Nobody's fatter than me.
And then,
all I do, I eat and jerk it. Do you have an omelet I can eat while I'm watching you make my omelet?
A pre-omelet for my omelet.
Josh, it's kind of the same thing of just not wanting to look like the biggest fat guy in the world. One time I was in New York with my buddy, and we went to a bakery, and I got a slice of cake, and we were walking home, and it was nighttime, and I go, you have to carry this. And he goes, why? And I go, I'm not going to be a fat guy carrying around stuff from a bakery at nighttime.
Right.
Children will yell at me. I don't need cool teens going, hey, you got it to go, big man?
That's why I never eat the samples at Costco, because people expect me to.
Yes.
I won't give them the satisfaction.
Yes, they little kids follow him thinking he knows where the good stuff is.
Costco samples are the best.
Yeah.
Last year I followed him on Halloween. Yes, he was trick-or-treating.
Josh, no, actually, I'm 2 kids in a trench coat.
That's right.
Yes.
Hello, thank you.
Why are you wearing the diabetes T-shirt?
So Reese's, they come out in December, you say? These
Yes.
Reese's breakfast cakes?
Yes, the breakfast
Well,
cakes.
I'm excited. But it's funny how we have fooled ourselves into thinking that some of these foods are appropriate for donuts. How did that ever?
Yeah.
Who was behind that lobby?
you know what,
you should eat this for breakfast.
A muffin? A breakest muffin?
Josh, shit, why are you mad at these innovators? These people?
Oh, donuts are my favorite, but I just can't believe. I'm ready for a nice full day of work. I'm going to have 3 mini cakes. This is essentially with jelly and custard and. How do we fool ourselves?
But then if you have little kids, you get to that point where if they'll eat anything, please they eat something. So if that's what they want, the other one was we had the cinnamon toast crunch came out with
the Cinnadust.
The Cinnadust, and then Lucky Charms now has the bag
of marshmallows.
Yeah, and then Dunkin' Donuts has their own breakfast cereal now. So we've had a lot of breakfast news lately.
Yeah, I think it's because breakfast is more prevalent.
I think Josh has hit the nail on the
During
head.
the age of COVID.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. They have more people have more time to make breakfast.
Where everybody's home now.
That's one of my favorite things. The weekend, making my breakfast on Saturday and Sunday, I really love it.
I saw a picture of that breakfast. It looks delightful.
My girls and I, the dogs, we have a bacon party.
Isn't that great?
Saturday or Sunday, yeah. Boy, I have their undivided attention when I'm making bacon.
Sure.
Oh, yes.
And I don't mean sex. I mean the bacon part.
Wow.
Bacon bacon meant sex?
You know how you make bacon? You put it in the oven for 30 minutes at 400 degrees.
Nah, I fry mine. I do the
And then
old-fashioned
you call
way.
the fire department?
And it's crispy and ready to go. You like extra crispy bacon, right? That's the only way to have it.
No.
Really, really?
You don't fry it? Put on your goggles?
No.
Oh. Chick, you know what's green and smells like bacon?
No, what?
Kermit's wrist.
See, this is a...
Could have gone with elbow.
You can say elbow, you can say finger.
This is an
I think
example-
fingers, but that sounded a little too harsh.
Hey, smell my finger.
Example where Josh has taken a joke and really amped it up. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Christy, you got one more for us?
Let's see. What do we got here? A Pennsylvania man allegedly ran off with a pizza shop's tip jar after applying for a job. A worker at Pizza Dioro in North Katasasqua, is that how you say that?
No tat.
Told authorities that Nicholas Mark came into the shop August 26th to apply, even leaving his name and contact information before he snatched the tip jar off the counter and ran out of the pizza place.
Dirtbag
The
idiot.
worker said he set off in pursuit but backed off when the suspect produced a knife.
Oh, my God.
22-year-old ran into some nearby woods with the jar, which reportedly contained $220.
Oh,
That's a hell of a tip jar.
that ain't chicken feed.
He was arraigned Friday on charges of robbery, theft, possession of a weapon, simple assault, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Wow. That's
Rough.
That's a lot of idiocy right there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of dough.
Oh, very good. It's a
pizza
it's a
joke.
pizza place. Yeah.
Christy's on fire. We're not even watching.
It's okay.
Never hire someone stupid enough to use their real name.
Yeah.
By the way. What do you? By the way, in his job application under strengths, he put knowing how to seize an opportunity. Okay, sounds like an idiot. We'll revisit that in a moment. Right now, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Stay tuned. Who knows who will be next on the Bob and Tom Track Phone Hotline? This is the Bob and Tom Show. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, if you haven't checked out bobandtomstore.com, I suggest you do. We've got all sorts of Bob and Tom hats, T-shirts, sweatshirts, all the cool stuff the kids are wearing. And you can get some for the Bob and Tom fan in your life. It never closes, always open, and always very friendly staff. bobandtomstore.com. Check it out today. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. The federal government has told states to prepare for a coronavirus vaccine to be ready to be distributed by November 1st. The timeline raised concern among public health experts about an October surprise, a vaccine approval driven by political considerations ahead of a presidential election rather than science. In Japan, rescuers are searching for a livestock ship with 42 crew members on board that a survivor said sank during rough weather a day earlier up the southern Japanese island. The Filipino crew member was rescued after surveillance aircraft spotted him wearing a life vest and waving while bobbing in the water. The ship carrying 5,800 cows to China sent a distress call early Wednesday while a typhoon was blowing over the area. The man told rescuers the ship capsized and sank. The weather was clear Thursday as the search continued. And Nana has strengthened into a hurricane as it barrels westward just off the coast of Honduras on a collision course with the Central American nation of Belize, where thousands of people are stocking up on food, water, and construction materials. Long lines stretched through supermarkets and hardware store shelves were nearly bare as residents of Belize bought materials to board up windows and doors ahead of Nana's expected landfall early today as a hurricane. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Dear Allie, I went on a first date with a girl and she for real wore a tiara. From 1 to 10, how crazy is this?
This is,
Very.
I love it.
It's so great when they let you know they're nuts right from the get-go.
Off the bat.
She considers herself
A princess. Josh, what would you do if a woman showed up on a first date?
I would be immediately fascinated. I'd ask many questions.
Oh, would you?
I go, you have to tell me about the tiara.
then he would ask, now, is this going to cost extra? Or do you take it off?
Yeah, am I paying princess prices?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Greg Warren, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're a beautiful girl, and your pants are on so tight that when you stand just right, I can see it all. When you're on the beach and your bikini's soaking wet, I see a fuzzy silhouette as I look down below. I see your camel toe, your biscuit, your cleavage. I see your cooter cleavage, your monkey, your muffin. You ain't hiding nothing. Your Gucci, your flapper, you're showing off your snapper. Your camel toe, it looks alright, so baby let it show. Looks like a big taco. I see your camel toe. Merci, madame, voila les bearded clown. I could really go for a sideways sloppy Joe or a tuna casserole. Baby, don't you know? I never thought I'd see so much of your anatomy. Your jeans are so tight, I'm learning gynecology. I see your camel toe, your knuckle, your nookie. Ooh, I see your cookie, a donut, a bagel, down below your navel. It's furry, it's fluffy, looking kind of puffy. Your camel toe, it looks alright, so baby let it show. Looks like a big taco. I see your camel toe. Merci, madame, voila les bearded clown. Your biscuit, your cleavage. I see your cooter cleavage. Your monkey, your muffin. You ain't hiding nothing. Your Gucci, your flapper. You're showing off your snapper. Your camel toe, it looks alright, so baby let it show. Looks like a big taco. I see your camel toe.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Yeah, but it turns out
That's how you read a disclaimer. 8:05 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee has the weather forecast.
Brought to you by the CarX Man. Variable cloudiness, light rain possible. Look for a high of 84. Partly cloudy overnight, low 58. Right now we have 70 degrees. Tomorrow, sunshine and 78.
And a good-looking Labor Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. Thank you very much, Miss Christy Lee. Now, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We'll do the outlying facilities. Way over there, being broadcast to us via closed-circuit cameras, it's Pat Godwin. Working on a song, I can see, Pat.
Yeah, a couple of them.
Okay, well, good. We'll look forward to hearing those in just a second. There's Willie G over there, Christy Lee over there, behind the glass. Separated from us in the big room, just the four of us. Ace, Chick, Josh, and this is Tom speaking. And without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, you need a little pick-me-up in your life. Perhaps you need the editorial cultural comments, the op-ed page of existential life as we know it. It's Ace Cosby.
What do you call a vampire on sale?
What do you call a vampire on sale?
Discount Dracula.
Discount? Discount Dracula.
Yes.
Oh, gotcha.
Discount.
You don't want to hear laughs at the end of the show. You want to hear, yeah.
Discount, dat count, it's still
Whatever
Dracula.
count.
You have to think about it. Thank you. We're saved by the bell.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
I'll bet Dick Hitzwater's rolling over in his grave here in his off like that.
He died?
Donnie?
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Donnie, how are you?
I'm good. I heard you announced the starless-studded lineup for the next Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, they
earlier.
released it yesterday.
Did.
Man, I could never get into that show. I watched like 5 episodes and just couldn't get into it. Like, how you going to call yourself a dance show and not even have them square dance? Because square dancing's a people's dance, Tom.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Instead, they got them doing dances that nobody'd ever get caught doing out on a regular dance floor. Like, if you dance like the stars at Boonies or other dive bars I go to, they'll beat your ass in the alley and keep your lady for themselves. Swear to God. State law. Where I'm from, the most famous dance is the mosh pit.
Yeah?
It's like Kid Rock says, Christy, you got to get in the pit and try to love someone.
Of course.
True enough.
It's like if you get done dancing and you ain't bruised with the gout in both ankles, were you even dancing? I got that in a fortune cookie, Josh.
Yeah.
I never told you guys this, but my forte into dancing was when I used to have to slow dance with my Grammy Dickie.
Really?
Really?
I swear to God, Christy, she'd be loaded on her Happy Juice, which was basically a few Purple Passions with Robitussin chasers.
Oh, boy.
And she'd be watching her favorite show on Saturday night, the Lawrence Welch Show. And I had a crush on Sissy from the show. Man, she had a righteous melon.
She was the dancer.
Now, I don't know if you ever slow dance with your grandma while trying not to chub up, but it gets a little awkward.
Oh, Donnie.
What?
Whoa.
I used to play connect the dots with the liver spots on her cleavage just to keep the love rocket at bay. It's sort of like picking out the constellations in the Big Dipper. And she also had this birthmark that looked just like Pete Rose going head first. But it was on the flab of her arm. Anyways, let me ask you this. Did Lawrence Welch make more money from doing TV or selling his grape juice?
It was Lawrence Welk. I'm not
Which
sure.
Welches came first?
I don't know.
I'll say it like this. I don't even like Dancing with the Stars. Every once in a while, some chick will twirl in a short dress and you get a booty shot. But for my money, I'll get way more actually just watching them putt on the LPGA. I may watch this year, though, just to see if they got Carol Baskins like Dancing with the Tiger.
Yeah.
Right.
Or if we're lucky, how about matching her up with OJ? Tell me that wouldn't get the ratings up.
Sure would.
Swear to God. I better go. Boner just microwaved a spoon in his oatmeal.
Oh.
I thought it was your turn to change out the fire extinguisher. I gotta go. It's smoking. Gotta go.
The fire extinguisher, then. Yeah, Lawrence Welk.
Well,
was it Sissy King that he referenced?
There was a couple that would...
Bobby and Sissy.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think one of them had been a Mickey Mouse...
Bobby.
Mouseketeer in
Don't
the
you remember
50s.
that? He
They
had
still
those
run that
teeth.
show. If you
Maybe
look,
Sissy did too, now
Bobby
that I
had
think
those
about it.
were they both
big
Oh.
Mouseketeers?
Yeah, maybe so. I know Bobby was for
God,
sure.
I just hated that show.
Yeah, Bobby did have big teeth.
Yeah, he did.
Sissy had big
still floating.
aspirations.
Eat an apple through a picket fence, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He and who?
So he connected the liver spots and found up Pete Rose going in head first, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
That is that's
Very
quite
baseball ball-ian.
Christy, do you have the actual roster of Dancing with the Stars over there?
Yes, Carol Baskin of Tiger King.
Love it.
Also, Anne Heche, former NBA star Charles Oakley,
No, remember-
Backstreet Boys singer AJ McLean.
Remember how to pronounce Anne Heche? It's
H.
pronounced like Snake. Remember?
She's really a good actress.
Yeah, I've always liked her.
Yeah, she's
very good. I don't know if she can dance, but
Season premieres on ABC September 14th. I don't know if you're aware of this, but Tyra Banks will host the new season after longtime co-host Tom Bergeron and Erin Andrews announced their exit from the series back in July. Yeah.
I think there's going to be a shakeup sometime in this season with Anne Heche, though. I have a feeling halfway through she's going to switch teams.
Yeah. Change her mind.
She's going to go back to Dance with a Lady?
Others slated to appear on the dancing show are from the show Cheer on Netflix, Coach Monica Aldama.
Who?
She's Coach Monica. That's what they call her. But
I
she's
wish-
a really great cheerleading coach.
I know he's dead, but I wish they could have gotten Coach from Cheers. I would have loved that.
Nicholas Colasanto.
Oh, yeah. Ernie.
Bachelorette star Caitlin Bristow, NFL star Vernon Davis, actress Sky Jackson, Justina Mikado, she's also an actress, TV host Jeannie Mae, I've never heard of her, Jesse Metcalf, rapper Nelly, TV host Nev Schulman, and from Selling Sunset. Have you ever tried to watch that show?
Mm-mm.
Real estate agent Chriselle Staus.
Having a realtor on Dancing with the Stars?
Oh, she's gorgeous. All of these women in Beverly Hills that sell this real upscale real estate are just
Tom's right. Are
gorgeous
they just
women.
going to have a local guy from a grocery store come in if they're going to have?
Well, it's a big show. And Olympian Johnny Weir, who, of course, is the ice skater.
He's got the
I get
the
an
skaters
advantage.
always have the advantage. 'cause
Yeah, dance background. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Backstreet Boy, because he dances.
Oh, sure. AJ
Yeah, he's got
McClain,
it.
yeah.
You call that dance.
And again, this is the show that redefines the word star.
Oh, that's all right.
And the Carol Baskin thing is a stroke of genius. We were talking about this earlier. Do the people who watch Netflix, do they cross over into
sure
regular
of
network
course.
television?
Yeah.
Could they bring Joe Exotic in cuffs and have him sitting at the side watching her?
Isn't there a strong chance she's going to get booed?
Yes.
Quite a bit. And be.
Yeah.
There's no audience, though, right? Aren't they having to do
not
this?
anymore. Yeah, right. They can't. America's Got Talent's doing without audience, right?
Yeah. God, if they'd gotten OJ, man.
Boy, there'd be some uproar. But
yeah, I don't think too many sponsors would want to be there. Plus, OJ probably cut in a lot. Thank you. Thank you, man.
Again, OJ?
I like that very much.
Wow. In any event, wow. Should be interesting, I guess.
I guess.
The Carol Baskin thing is probably the top of mind. That seems to be the lead headline.
Yeah.
When they talk about dancing.
Well, I won't be watching, but Christy, do you enjoy that show?
I do enjoy that show, but
Okay.
I like dancing. So
Yeah, I know a lot of people like it.
Do you watch it with your daughters?
Not well.
That's apparently
no.
the thing.
Yeah, right.
I don't, but
I remember one of your daughters, wasn't she quoted as saying, that's not dancing, there's no pole?
oh boy,
That's interesting.
That is nice. That is a nice joke, and yet it didn't
Isn't
get any
it about
laughs.
time to get one of them on the pole?
It just
What
got
the hell is wrong with you people?
a shocking Pat Godwin going, oh dear God, why did he do that?
I mean, granted, they're both over 18. They can do whatever they want,
exactly.
but no.
Did you hear Christy's response? Oh, boy, yeah.
What's wrong with you people?
I pictured her saying, yeah, Josh, and she's picturing how to dismember me and put me into a wood chipper.
You know, it takes a lot of it takes athletic ability to get up on a stripper pole.
It sure
doesn't
does.
it?
It does.
I would say 3 or 4 years from now, the payback for that joke will arrive. You'll be innocently doing something, and then she'll just fire a barb.
Josh will come in. Well, I'm in love with a stripper.
Tomorrow, Christy's going to go.
Really?
I brought you in some food. Why don't you go enjoy that? Then I'll be.
Yes, a Russian dissident tried it in his tea.
I'm in love with a stripper.
Now, did you see that they sprayed that on his underwear or something? Did you read that?
God.
About the Russian.
Those kooky Ruskies.
Yeah.
You know,
Once a commie, always a
Did you ever
commie.
eat your meatloaf, Josh?
No, I'm going to have that today.
Oh.
I had it planned because I have an appointment today, so I can eat it here and then go to the appointment.
He's working on a new song.
What?
Eat your meatloaf, beat your meatloaf.
That's right.
Eating and beating.
I eat my meat, then I beat my meat, and then I do it all again. Eating, beating, and eating, and eating, and beating, and meat.
Hey, we have Al Jackson coming up.
Al Jackson.
Al's got a new children's book out.
Yes,
I'm very
he does.
excited.
A couple of chews, a couple of whacks.
We'll talk with Al in just a second. In the meantime,
Yep.
Chick McGee has brought me something.
Simply Safe, people.
Years ago, before anybody else was talking about this, the best in home security. Put it up yourself. Yes, sir. Tell me more.
This is the do-it-yourself home security system you've heard us talking about. Simply Safe. Everything you need to protect your home with none of the drawbacks of the traditional horse and buggy home security. Not Simply Safe. It's got an arsenal of sensors and cameras to blanket every room, and especially in these times, you install it yourself in under an hour, it says, but I say under a half hour. It arrives at your home in a box, and you unpackage it. You stick up your sensors where you like them. Wireless magnetic technology, 1, 2, 3, and your compound secure. Professional monitoring keeps watch day and night, ready to send police, fire, or medical professionals if there's an emergency. And at Simply Safe, there's no contract, no pushy sales guys, no hidden fees, no fine print, nobody, just a box. It's great. It all starts at just $15 a month. And, of course, we're not the only ones who say Simply Safe is magnificent. U.S. News and World Report says it's the best overall home security of 2020 and beyond. Head to simplysafetom.com and get a free HD camera for our listeners only. Let me repeat that. Simplysafetom.com, and you get a free HD camera. That's simplysafetom.com for the free camera, only for Bob and Tom Show listeners.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee. Simplysafetom.com. Coming up, comedian Al Jackson. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Al Jackson, Denver, Colorado. When Al's not calling in with a quiz for Tom, you can catch him on the syndicated television show Daily Blast Live, seen perhaps in your television market. Al Jackson is now also an author. He's got a children's book out, Where is Baby Ford?, available at aljacksonlive.com. Check it out if you've got kids or you're interested. And portions of the proceeds benefit the Firefly School for Autism. Very cool. And congratulations to our friend, Al Jackson.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Nelly says he's a Scorpio. He can do anything, even with Dancing with the Stars. He's one of the celebrity dancers for the next season, which will start September 14th on ABC. AJ McClain of the Backstreet Boys will also participate. Bachelorette Caitlin Bristow, actors Anne Heche, Jesse Metcalfe, Justina Machado, and Sky Jackson. Oh, and animal rights activist Carol Baskin from Tiger King will also be one of your celebrity dancers. Dan and Shay, Florida Georgia Line, Eric Church will play the Academy of Country Music Awards. The lineup of performers also include Luke Bryan, Miranda Lambert, Luke Combs, Maren Morris, Tim McGraw, and others. If you're interested, the AMCs are going to air on CBS on September 16th. And Elvis Presley's Graceland Estate will host the Miss USA and Miss Teen USA pageants. Both events will be held at the Soundstage, the live event venue that's part of the Graceland complex. The Miss USA pageant will be November 9th and shown on the FYI channel. Miss Teen USA, it'll be 2 days earlier. The entertainment management group IMG bought the pageant from President Donald Trump back in 2015. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is a song I wrote for a special person. All right. Each time I need a trusted friend, you're there. With tears to dry and a heart to mend, you're there. And when I'm down in misery and the whole world turns its back on me and I need some love and sympathy, you're there. Nice, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
And when I'm weary and tired of trying, honey, you're there. And anytime I need a shoulder to cry on, you're there. And sometimes when I come home with a heavy heart and weary bones and I need a little time alone, you're there. I want to turn the stereo on, but you're there. I gotta get in to use the John, but you're there. And when I wake up lovingly and turn on my pillow, hoping to see Kim Basinger smiling back at me, you're there. Oh, this is more of a good thing than I ever planned. How much damn togetherness can a one man stand? Don't get me laughing here.
All right, sorry.
I want to flop down in my favorite chair, but you're there. I can't see in the mirror to comb my hair, 'cause you're there. And when I want a little snack at night, I sneak down to the fridge to get a little bite. I see a big fat ass blocking out the light, 'cause you're there. Yay!
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Also with us, Christine Stedman. Now, you're a mom?
Well, a mom and a grandma. I think you know that.
I know.
I'm a grandpa.
This is how this
Are
works.
you?
Yep.
She's been married 27 years and still a virgin, Tom.
Yes.
28,
Well, you know, I
28.
have a lot of grandkids. My daughter keeps having babies. Has one almost every year.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, she called me the other day. She goes, "Mom, guess what? I'm pregnant again. There must be something in the air." I'm like, "Yeah, you're late."
But seriously.
Hello?
Bang!
Hey, hello?
Zing! I'm getting her fixed.
We're talking with comedian Rick Schrader.
I'm a stepfather, too, which I've been for a few years now.
Hey, look at that. 8:22 on the nose at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee has the weather forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. We will have variable cloudiness today, maybe a shower popping up, high of 84. Partly cloudy, cooler overnight, down to 58, and sunny and 78 on Friday.
Thank you very much. Had a good-looking weekend, you say?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, that'll be nice. We deserve it. It's been a long year. We have a really cool golf outing coming up. Details about that forthcoming. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We are going to be joined in momentarily by comedian Al Jackson. Al has a new children's book out. We'll talk about that. But first, the introductions. Ace, Chick, Josh. This is Tom. And then through the glass, Willie. Through the glass over there, Christy. And through the closed circuit TV, it's Pat Godwin. And there's Al Jackson. I can see him right now. We've got the Zoom, whatever thing is going on.
Look at that face.
Zoom. Hey, Al, how are you?
Life is good.
Now, are you growing a soul patch?
No, it won't connect. Once it connects, I'll be good. But this little, there's about a quarter inch, it won't connect.
This is a tough time. You got to let it go. You got to let it grow. Yeah, it's a tough. Yeah, just sit there and watch it. That takes some.
Get your quarantine beard on.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Al, typically on this program, before we get to your new children's book,
where's Aldo?
That's a way better name for the book than what I came up with.
Where's Aldo? They're looking for Mario's twin brother. The dictionary.com people came out with some new words the other day.
Oh.
And I bet you're probably going to get all these because you're always helping me with my street lingo. And these are words that have just been admitted. The one we talked about for the most part yesterday, Chris, do you want to share it with Al?
What was it? Jabroni?
Got it. Do you know what jabroni is, Al?
I believe that's from The Rock, right?
Yes.
WWE, like a goofy dude.
Yep.
Apparently,
a loser. Yeah.
Possibly started by the Iron Sheik is the background on that word. Okay, this first one I'm gonna have a little trouble, I think, pronouncing this. Zhuzh.
Oh.
How do you spell it?
Zhuzh. Zhuzh.
No, it's zhuzh.
What is it?
Zhuzh.
Zhuzh?
Isn't that Chinese?
Oh, I know what that is.
That sounds like some kind of cheesy substance that.
It sounds like a substance. That's true.
Is it zhuzh?
Yeah, Sam.
I think it's zhuzh.
Sam made it very clear.
Yeah, you're like, hey, Willie. I know you're a single man and you have a decent apartment, but let's get an interior decorator in here and zhuzh this up a little bit.
That's exactly how Sam described it.
Yep.
Al, it says, here's the example. It says to make something more lively or interesting and stylish by a small change, usually followed by the word up. The example that they give, these colorful throw pillows are an easy way to Zhuzh up your living room.
It's zhuzh.
Zhuzh.
What, like judge?
Tom, it sounds like it hurts you when you say that.
Yes.
It's weird. My stylist at the show says that. I had never heard that word, but she says it all the time. She'll like do something with the accounts. She'll like, let's zhuzh this up a little bit. Let's put this here.
Okay, this next one, I would have actually gotten this one. I think everyone will get this one. I'll throw this at, who's the least? I'll throw this at Pat.
Okay.
Swole, SWOLE.
Oh, yeah.
All puffed up.
Swollen.
If you're from working, very muscular. He's swole.
Weightlifting. They call him
swole, yeah.
They call him the lunch man.
Okay.
Because he's moving them plates. That's right.
Yeah, nice.
Stacking plates, isn't it?
Stacking plates. That's it.
You can also use swole in a kind of telling people don't get like puffed, because it can almost be like an adversarial thing where you're like, Tom accused me of taking his car keys, and I'm like, hey, don't get all swole up over there. I told you I didn't touch them.
That's right.
Like, it's like a thing like don't like elevate and get mad.
And that would be followed by, let's not get into a fight. How do you say that again, Al?
Let's not get into a fight. Chill out.
No, it wasn't.
I don't know.
That was one of your phrases from a couple weeks ago.
I'm on probation, however you want to say it.
House arrest, whatever you want to.
Okay, here we go. A new one from dictionary.com, Al. Sharent. SHARENT.
I have never heard of that one. That sounds like a bottle of wine that's cheap, but you think it's expensive, and your girl's like, you got me Sharent?
and then you say, no, it's Charant.
Oh.
It's a parent who shares too much personal information on social media.
I haven't heard that.
I think there's a lot of those.
Sharent?
Yeah, it's a terrible word, though.
Yeah, you hate those words that are...
Yeah.
That sounds like...
I thought it was like a parent that had 50-50 custody.
See, that's what I thought,
that's
too.
That's what I would think.
But I still don't... What do they call those words?
Reminds me of
portmanteau.
Portmanteau. Okay, and portmanteau sounds like a bad guy in wrestling.
Yeah.
Just got off the boat. Janky. Janky.
Yeah, it's just kind of a bootleg, and just, if I'm like, Tom, I'm gonna give you my couch, and I come over and one of the arms is falling off and I got duct tape, you're like, I'll just try to drop off this janky couch.
Exactly.
Usually followed by the word ASS. You can say that.
Janky ass couch.
It defines it as inferior in quality. How about a nothing burger, Al?
Oh, that's just it's a big build up to nothing. It's just like chicks keep telling me he has this big surprise, and like, really he just brought me over a burger and fries. It wasn't this great thing. It was just almost literally a nothing burger with that example.
Again, you're dead on.
That's what Tom does to us every now and then about a big surprise coming up on the show, and it's always a big nothing burger.
You mean last week after we had the corn guy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Exactly.
This next one, I've got to be extremely cautious as I pronounce this. Hodophobia. HODOPHOBIE. Hodophobia.
Hodophobia.
You're afraid to watch the Hoda show?
Yeah.
This one, I don't get this at all. It's the irrational fear of traveling.
What?
Hodophobia?
I would think that'd be xenophobia. No, wait, what's agoraphobia when you can't leave your house?
Isn't that the fear of open spaces or something? Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard anyone use that.
Me either.
And lastly, a techlash. TECH. LASH. What does techlash mean?
I have no idea.
I would guess it's like going back to your roots. Man, they really want me to get this new iPhone, but I've got such techlash. I'm so tired of all these new contraptions.
Oh, that sounds about right.
That sounds good.
That sounds good.
It's a strong negative reaction against large technology companies and their products or their employees. Also,
so it's a backlash against tech.
Yeah, so it could say I was talking about getting a new pair of blue jeans, and then I got an ad for Levi's. I have this techlash, right?
Okay. Yeah, it's all concerns about privacy. Okay, there we go. That's enough of that. I just thought, Al, you did great.
Well, thank you.
Much better than I would do.
That was not a janky quiz.
In my hands, I am holding the non-janky new children's book by Al Jackson entitled "Where is Baby Ford?" with illustrations by Michael Porsche.
That's right.
And it's a book for kids. And tell me about, what's this about, Al?
It's really quickly, it's a book about my three kids going on an adventure. And it's really about kids disconnecting from their devices and just going out to play. Remember that when kids would go out and interact with each other?
Oh, sure.
I never see kids out just playing in the yard. So, I was inspired because I wanted my kids to actually get to know each other and look at each other and look at other children and talk to them. So that's where it comes from. And Tom, my youngest son is on the spectrum, so he's in it and he's featured in it. And it really is also a lesson to show you that kids that aren't as verbal can still have a big impact on their surroundings. So 10% of all proceeds go to Firefly Autism School here in Denver, Colorado.
Oh, cool. And your son is named Ford.
Baby Ford, that's right.
Yeah. Do you drive a Ford?
I don't, but I was looking really heavy at
the new Bronco.
My next car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen that? That looks awesome.
Yeah. Broncos are badass. Yeah.
They got the new.
They're so cool.
And Al, the book "Where Is Baby Ford" is available at aljacksonlive.com.
Great.
Yes, sir. Along with my Amazon special. So just go there. My Amazon special is free on Amazon Prime.
And your Amazon special.
Things Al right there.
Your Amazon special is called "Buy Al a Ford Bronco."
Yes, those Ford Broncos are so. My buddy Tone Bell, who's been on Bob and Tom before, good-looking comic actor out of L.A. I hate him. It's like, how does somebody be that good-looking? But he has the retro 71 Bronco, Christy.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Cut the top off and it's just a roll bar. It is so dope.
So jealous.
It is so dope. Is dope? That's that back.
Yeah, dope. Actually stuck around. It was one of those words that I thought was going to be kind of they have a 10-year run. And then I was watching like a Fabletics commercial, and this 22-year-old yoga pants influencer used the word. I was like, I cannot believe dope has made it for like 30 years, but it's like in the American lexicon.
So am I okay then using dookie rope still?
No.
You can say anything you want. That's the beautiful thing about this country. It should you.
Theoretically, you can say anything you want, right? Yeah.
I wish I had the story in front of me about, there's some young guy in the NFL that bought I think it was a $250,000.
Are you going to say dookie rope?
It's attached to a dookie rope. It's a, does anybody see this? It's a pendant. It's
is it Becton? Was it that offensive lineman?
It's the size of a license plate.
The Browns are supposed to draft him. Yeah, he's huge. He got this really expensive.
Yeah, it's this gigantic gold diamond encrusted plate
for $250,000.
Yeah, I think so. And it's hanging on what is essentially a dookie rope.
Okay,
the only jewelry term I know from the world of hip hop. Once again, Al's new book, "Where Is Baby Ford?" Now available, and it's available again at aljacksonlive.com. Al, of course, is one of the featured performers on The Daily Blast. And Al, this is your turn quickly to get me educated in the world of street lingo. What have we got?
Tom, I got you this week. It's a great quiz. Tom, let's do a little role play here. You're getting coffee in between commercial breaks, and you come around the corner, and this is the only part of the conversation you hear. You just hear Willie talking to Christy, and Willie just goes, "Man, I could see it from the front." What is Willie talking about?
I could see it from the front. I think this probably involves a woman who has a lovely derriere.
That's right, Tom. So go ahead and use it in a sentence, man.
That's right.
Well, I must say I knew that this was one baby who's got back because I could see it from the front.
Anybody want to stop him? Or I feel bad it's always me.
Chick, I've been saying this since 6:30. Let's go get mimosas.
I am embarrassed beyond the capacity to speak.
Yes.
I like hot butts, and I cannot lie. I could see it from the front.
I better stop there.
Just on and on of outdated phrases. That's amazing.
Now, Al, do you know what the phrase factory air means?
No.
Okay, this is also relatively offensive in objectifying a woman. It means that a woman is so fit that when she stands with her feet together, there is air visible just south of...
heaven.
Yeah, it's sort of like thigh gap, but a little higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Factory air. Yeah, I've never actually had occasion to use that. It's certainly offensive.
They have an album title?
And
right.
we, of course, chose to make it the title of one of our albums, along with such oddities as Camel Toe and other delights. But remember, factory air is a term from, what would you say, Chick, 70s maybe?
We used it in high school, so yeah.
But I mean, in terms of, it was an actual term on the radio because it was a big deal to have
air conditioning.
Air conditioning didn't hit cars until the 70s, really, big time anyway, and that would be a big plus. AM, FM radio, and factory air.
That's right.
No FM converter needed.
Yeah, and no aftermarket air conditioning.
My aunt had that aftermarket air conditioning. Did you ever see that, Al?
No, I
never saw that either.
Me either.
It was ridiculous.
Tom contends he had. Didn't you have a relative that had a vinyl record player in their car?
No, but I've seen one. And isn't there one at Graceland?
In the car.
I don't know. Yeah, there's never been there.
Yeah, and then
you're driving real slow. If that's
Springsteen, I think, talked about a friend of his having that, but.
Really?
Yeah. Factory air was a very big deal. My aunt had, I swear to God, she had aftermarket seatbelts put in like a 1961 Buick.
Oh, is that your mom's arm?
Yeah. Aftermarket.
Remember that?
Okay, Al, we got time for one more. Al, do the closer.
All right, Tom, you got this one. Tom, what does the phrase chopping it up mean?
Chopping it up.
Is this a drug phrase?
I mean, it could always be used as that, but
that's too literal.
Yeah, I assume it's a positive. You say, man, did you hear Chick Sports this morning? He was chopping it up.
Oh.
Did I get it right?
Not really, but you're really close.
No, so did I not get it because Chick Sportscast wasn't good or because I used the phrase wrong?
I'm sitting right here.
Right there.
Tom.
How can you take that as anything but an insult?
I can hear you.
Give me a second. So, all
right. Yeah, go ahead.
Chopping it up. Does it mean getting? Oh, I know. Does it mean getting a lot of work done?
No, you were closer with the guess.
Oh boy.
Does it mean to share or divvy out?
You're close as well. Kind of combine what Tom just said and what you just said.
Well, I took. Does it mean a lot of people? He was chopping it up, entertaining a lot of people. Like when Josh plays a nightclub doing his stand-up comedy, man, he's chopping it up, making everybody happy. No? I'm getting. Did Al?
Oh, he's frozen. Yeah.
Did Al pass
we
out?
Lost Al.
Either that or he has narcolepsy.
That's amazing.
I know that was a boring answer, but we just lost Al.
That's so funny.
So we're not going to get to find out.
I guess not. We'll have to come back at the break.
Join us again next week. Continued.
Oh, there you are.
Al, we lost you. I'm sorry. So what does it mean?
Just means you're talking to somebody. Like you and Chicky, you could just be sitting at a bar, just chopping it up, hanging out.
That's right.
Okay, all right.
Chopping it up.
I like it. It's laid back.
Chopping it up.
Yeah, just chopping it up, shooting the breeze.
All right. I'll have to try using that in a sentence. Yeah, try it on me there. John.
Hey, man, why don't you and I hang out at the wing place later on? We get some wings, maybe a beer, and
then we'll be chopping it up.
Yeah, absolutely, Tom. Okay. Yeah, we'll chat.
Yes, and always say it that way. Yeah. We'll be chopping it up.
When you say it like that, it sounds like you eat your wings with a fork and a knife.
Don't be ridiculous.
Deal breaker.
True enough.
Okay. Well, now, thank you so much, Al Jackson. The new book, Where is Baby Ford? Check it out once again by going to, let me get this, I want to get it right. It's aljacksonlive.com. Is that correct, Al?
That is correct, sir. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, Al is the very best.
We love you, Al.
He's a tremendous comedian, and watch him on the Daily Blast. If it's not on your TV, you can watch it on the internet. Thanks, Al.
Yes, sir.
I want to remind you that if you've got a small business out there, especially now, there are a lot of great people looking for jobs. And you may have unique needs, especially now with things changing the way they are. And, of course, it's very important to have the right team. I, for example, am surrounded by a great team.
How about that? Thank you very much.
Well, that's nice of you.
Absolutely.
We have a great leader.
There may be some links in the chain that need to be fixed up.
There it is.
There we go.
But when your business is ready to make that next hire, LinkedIn Jobs can help by matching your role with qualified candidates. This is pretty amazing. LinkedIn has 690 million members worldwide.
That's a lot.
Yeah, a very active community of professionals. So that's where LinkedIn Jobs comes in, because you're finding the right people with the help of LinkedIn. They put your job post in front of qualified members. Remember, of the 690 million LinkedIn people. So when your business is ready to make that next hire, check this out. Find the right person with LinkedIn Jobs. And you can pay what you want and get the first $50 off with this special offer by going to linkedin.com/Tom. That's linkedin.com/Tom. $50 off your first job post. Terms and conditions apply. Get all the details. linkedin.com/Tom. Coming right back, Christy, with...
Well, we have coming up, do you wear a mask when you have sex during this COVID crisis? Well, one doctor's suggesting you do so. And we still have to get to David Blaine's little feet yesterday.
There's something up.
Yes,
there's something up. I was watching that video. There's something going on with him.
He's an illusionist.
I don't think he's really, but never mind. That's just me being.
You wear a welder's mask, right, Josh?
I do.
Because she's so hot.
That's exactly right.
Okay, very good. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next.
Hi, this is comedian Tim Cavanaugh, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, Tim Cavanaugh, Mark Allison with you. Thanks so much for joining us on a Thursday. It's September 3rd. We are here live and social distancing. Al Jackson zoomed in from Denver, Colorado, and I'm in a separate studio here in the main wing, but socially separated from everyone, and that's the way they like it here, as would you. I'm Mark Allison. Have a great morning. We'll be back with a little bit more of the Bob and Tom Show right after this.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The Miami Heat have taken a 2-0 lead in the NBA's Eastern Conference semis, while the Houston Rockets have advanced to the Western Conference semis with a Game 7 win. Major League Baseball reports that Tom Seaver, Hall of Fame pitcher of the New York Mets, has died at the age of 75 following complications from COVID-19. Interleague winners yesterday in Major League Baseball, those Mets, Toronto, Atlanta, Milwaukee, and San Diego. American League winners, Cleveland, Houston, Tampa Bay, and Minnesota. Oakland at Seattle postponed. And the National League winners, Colorado, Cincinnati, Philly, the Cubs, and the Dodgers. And in the NHL playoffs, Colorado beat Dallas 4-1. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
What do you call a person you hate who's such a little phony? Or a heckler who's in a drunken state full of baloney? What does The Rock call silly fools, annoying fans, lousy tools? Oh, kick him into family jewels. He's a jabroni. Jabroni, jabroni, jabroni. Bada, bada, bing.
Just when we thought you couldn't hack it.
Nice. Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Gee, Bev, what gives? Is something eating at you?
I should be so lucky. Ted's been working so many hours that he's too tired to even touch me anymore.
Sound familiar? Hello, I'm Dr. Pierce Kuntz, head of the Idlewood Institute. Our research has found that lack of sleep often leads to lack of sex. That's why we here at the Idlewood Institute have developed Slumber Lumber. Slumber Lumber is a combination of a mild sleep aid and blood gorging agent. The active ingredient in Slumber Lumber, somanucanol, ensures that when you doze, it grows.
I gave Ted some Slumber Lumber, and I've never seen him sleep deeper and deeper and, oh my God, even deeper.
With Slumber Lumber, you'll wake up refreshed
and satisfied. Hi, I'm Dr. Virginia T. Watson, and thanks to Slumber Lumber, while your man is getting his Z's, you'll be getting your O's. Multiple O's. In fact, our testing has shown Slumber Lumber to be much more effective than inferior products, such as Durvolvitrol or Noctocogmycin.
Wow, Ted, you were up all night.
Yeah, and I never slept better.
If Slumber Lumber lasts for more than 4 hours, consult your physician or try new Flaciderm ointment, now with more Limprin.
Hey, Doc, my wife works a lot of hours, too. Is there something for gals that allows them to have sex while they're sleeping?
Why, yes. Marriage. Seriously, if you're a working gal, try new Labotrex with spreadomycin.
Slumber Lumber from the makers of Pervitrol and Vagisilli Putty. Vagisilli Putty. Put the fun back in yeast infections. Slumber Lumber may not be appropriate for everyone. Sleepwalkers and bedwetters may experience less than satisfactory results.
Hi, this is Nick Griffin, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
With us in the studio, comedian Chad Daniels. Chad, let's see, we've established the fact that your wife is a college professor.
Yes.
Are you a college man?
No.
That
makes for
interesting contrast.
And her friends always remind me of it.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? Are they all college professors as well?
Most of them. We were out getting dinner one night, and, her friends were like, "So, Chad, have you ever had Indian food?" And I was like, "Hello, Thanksgiving." Aren't you a history professor?
Yeah.
Didn't you know that stuff?
Hello.
How come the dumb guy's making all the smart comments? This is ridiculous. She has one friend from England that's always bragging about their language. We invented your language. You wouldn't have a language if it wasn't for us. Well, you spelled pneumonia with a P, stupid. Nat starts with a G, and you're bragging about that? And she goes, "You know what? They're silent. You know what? You better be silent before I stab you in your face with a knife."
8:48 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Let me see. That's Christy Lee. I can see her right there. Quick update in the forecast.
Hey, Q95, Fox 59 weather. Variable cloudiness today. We see some sunshine out there right now. Look for a high of 84. Partly cloudy tonight, down to 58. And then sunshine and 78 tomorrow. It's 68 currently.
Thank you very much. I want to thank Yingling Flight.
Have you had that?
Yingling, only 95 calories.
It's great.
I'm bringing it up because they're the sponsor, one of them, of our great benefit golf outing. It's a benefit for the Riley Hospital for Children. And it's just around the corner, by the way. September 16th, it's a Wednesday at Top Golf. Details, Q95.com. Thanks very much for joining us. Everybody ready for a little shuffle? It's going to feel good. There you go. Thank you very much. It's Duke Tomato. We're going to get Duke and the boys.
Look at those fingers go.
Look at Josh go. He's feeling it.
We got to do the Josh dance video. Maybe have a segment with you and your band, the Consensuals.
Yes.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. This would be Tom speaking. In fact, it wouldn't be. It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
How about you? That's me, Chick. Hi.
Across the way. Attention, Ace Cosby.
Hey.
Good to see you, sir. A man of few words. Well, if you had a great voice like Ace's, wouldn't you be a man of many words?
Probably.
It's all about the mystery of Ace.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's the mystery.
Right.
Is there something there, or is there nothing there?
Ace has a birthday coming up. We need to get the cake lady on it.
Oh, yeah. 74 years old.
Yeah. He looks great, doesn't he?
He looks great for 74. Amazing.
Ace, what's your favorite kind of cake? Let me write this down. What kind of cake do you like?
Answer today.
Free.
Well, it's going to be Christy's over there, Willie's over there, and Pat Godwin. Pat, can you do your song about macaroni? I was reminded about that macaroni and cheese for breakfast thing because we've got a story this morning about the latest company that's now declaring their food a breakfast food, which is fine. You know, I've got a 4-year-old. I know what it's like to have virtually anything she wants for breakfast.
Well, in this case, it's Reese's developing a breakfast food.
A breakfast cake.
I'll update that.
And we can't be critical because I brought in some delicious cookies this morning from my favorite bakery, and we ate them all.
Do you have an answer for your favorite cake?
I really enjoyed the one Christy had.
What was that, Christy?
The sarsaparilla or whatever.
No, it's not called sarsaparilla.
The one that the cake lady claimed was the most difficult cake.
Oh, God. Difficult cake to ever make in the history of the world?
Yeah.
She got a couple weeks.
She does have a couple weeks.
What was it called again?
Is she a cake lady or not?
I can't remember. What was it called?
Oh, she'll remember.
Oh, it's Chantilly. That's the
Chantilly.
The double
Chantilly.
Lace and a pretty cake.
Good job. Good job, Willie.
Thank you, Christy.
Chantilly? What is
I think it is Chantilly, isn't it?
I think that's right.
Okay, Ace, how far away is your birthday?
2 weeks.
Okay, will you please remind me, Christy? I've written it down.
2 weeks from today.
Okay, now we had this breakfast stuff. There've been a lot of great news stories lately about various organizations and restaurants that are coming up with breakfast specials, and more restaurants are doing breakfast.
Yeah, Wendy's new breakfast. And
so,
Taco Bell.
Pat, this all started with this macaroni and cheese. Apparently, Kraft macaroni and cheese, the boxes used to say dinner right on the box. And I think someone in marketing went, wait a minute, they're certainly viable for lunch. And then some young intern went, what about breakfast, sir?
Was it Kraft or Stouffer's?
No, it was Kraft.
Oh, okay.
Stouffer's had the
Mac and
dispenser. Remember?
Yes, okay, that was it.
Yeah, Stouffer's has created.
Reese's is doing it, yeah.
Yeah, Stouffer's possibly the best invention since the iPhone.
Mac and
the
cheese
mac and
on
cheese on tap.
Yeah.
Well, come on. Was there a Nobel Prize out there for
something else?
Do they have, by the way, do they have invention? Is there an invention award?
There is, yes.
Yeah. Oh,
I forget what they call that, but every year
it's the doodad.
Like the Edisons or something?
Right, yeah, the doodad. The doodad is the big one.
The gizmos?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then the widget.
Pat, you wrote a song about the quality of having a delicious mac and cheese for breakfast.
No, this is an update, Tom. Breakfast with Reese's.
Reese's.
Oh, Reese's, all right.
She said, what do you want this morning? I said, I want lovin'. She said she meant food. She said, I could make some fried eggs or cook you up some bacon. I said, can you do it in the nude?
Oh, one track mind there.
Then I said, what about breakfast with Reese's? She said, I think I can make that with pieces. And I said, we should probably get high first. And after that, can you give me a handy? I'm horny.
Oh, my God.
He's horny.
So horny. Still horny.
I think,
Still horny.
I think some of the writer was showing himself there.
So horny. So horny.
Right, what you know, right?
Nice tribute.
That was when we were a couple weeks ago. Christy goes, we didn't even get to do the mac and cheese song. I go, no, we did it. You just forgot because it has a big pivot.
Yes. That's called suddenly off topic.
Yes. It's called a blackout. I don't want to know.
Okay.
You don't want to know that Godwin's horny?
No, I don't.
So horny.
So horny.
You know what they call that now, Pat? You'd be a simp.
A simp?
Yeah, I never heard of that.
What's
You
that?
guys, a simp is like I did
Older
a Twitter
horny guy?
joke where I go, I'm glad the term simp exists because growing up, the only thing my friends could call me was a horny loser. It's just a guy who's very horny on the internet. If a girl posts a picture, he'll comment like,
that's
nice eyes, beautiful, which Pat does constantly.
Right, I do that all the time.
So, I'm sorry. So do you call that person a simp?
Yeah, SIMP.
Tom, maybe the best example was you knew someone who would frequent strip clubs and befriend them, but,
Yeah.
but never actually
Yes, absolutely.
slept with any of them or anything. He was absolutely a simp because he would do favors for them but get nothing in return.
Yeah, great guy. But he knew all their real names.
Yeah.
I
knew a guy like this too.
I'd be work with him, and he'd go, well, I gotta leave Herbie. I'm helping, Theodora move. And
Right.
Who?
Yes.
Oh, she dances under the name
Theodora.
One of my old roommates was like this. He would come home with.
So why is it a simp? Does it mean like a simple person or something? Because you don't
Maybe. I don't know. Honestly, this one kind of just came up on the internet, I'd say about 2 months ago. And I was like, what is that? And then I figured out that I am that.
No, you're not. I don't think. I think
No, I'm
it's
not.
like that.
Right.
This guy was a very good-hearted guy. Also, Christy, he's the guy I told you about. He could name every single Playboy centerfold from 1960 on. You'd say June 67, and he'd know her name.
That's rough.
He likes looking at naked women.
Real quick, Pat Godwin.
I'm so horny.
Oh, wait a minute. Everybody be quiet. We've got it.
I'm so horny.
Can you see him whispering that to a woman next to him at the pool?
Yeah, that would work. Yeah. Just before the police siren.
What is
Pool's
it?
closed, Josh.
He's thirsty.
Oh, it's over.
Thirsty, yes.
Pat's thirsty.
Whoa. The pool's closed before Labor Day?
This is big news in the world of Godwin.
They're
here.
doing renovations, yeah. They're
What?
changing the clubhouse and the pool.
They couldn't wait till the
Yeah,
weekend was
no
over?
kidding.
Here's how the meeting went.
Okay.
We've got to keep Pat out of the pool. What
that
do we
old guy
do?
that comes
we
around,
close
Grandpa?
on Labor Day. No, let's come up with a story. We can do it early.
You know, Grandpa Joe, that simp, we gotta close the pool.
That's thirsty simp.
They closed the pool before
For
Labor
Labor
Day.
Day.
That's un-American.
Yeah, no joke.
Unheard of.
Wow. We need to find out some corporate guy that needs to be beaten for doing that. Jeez, that's horrible.
Yeah, give people the last weekend.
God. What a
No
jackass. Well, when we come back, we're going to sober up and give you some interesting news. Did you see the cream cheese news?
Yeah, I've got that.
Oh, this is great. I love this story.
Hello.
It ties into a story we had recently, but it's a little bit different. Cream cheese in the news.
I heard it's a fake news story. It's a smear job. Thank you very much. Thank you. Don't even have to wait for the story to do these
Josh,
shows, people.
You know what? You know what city gets all the smear jobs? Philadelphia. You can't trust any of those journalists.
Smear campaign. Also, David Blaine, is that real? Did he really float in those balloons? We'll find out. Oh, and wearing a mask during sex coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
More Bob and Tom next. Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, for everything Bob and Tom, check out one spot. That's bobandtom.com. Why should I go there, you say? Well, it's got all the latest news, information, all of the links to our social media sites. Plus, you can watch Dress in Black and White from the Electric Amish, the Pumpkin Spice song by Pat Godwin. It's all just sitting there waiting for you. And have you ever drank water out of a pasta sauce jar? Cleaned it out, used it. That's right. Jar drinker. Willie Griswold's a jar drinker. We've got highlights on that, too. Right there at bobandtom.com. Check it out.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. The federal government has told states to prepare for a coronavirus vaccine to be ready to be distributed by November 1st. The timeline raised concern among public health experts about an October surprise, a vaccine approval driven by political considerations ahead of a presidential election rather than science. In Japan, rescuers are searching for a livestock ship with 42 crew members on board that a survivor said sank during rough weather a day earlier off the southern Japanese island. The Filipino crew member was rescued after surveillance aircraft spotted him wearing a life vest and waving while bobbing in the water. The ship carrying 5,800 cows to China sent a distress call early Wednesday while a typhoon was blowing over the area. The man told rescuers the ship capsized and sank. The weather was clear Thursday as the search continued. And Nana has strengthened into a hurricane as it barrels westward just off the coast of Honduras on a collision course with the Central American nation of Belize, where thousands of people are stocking up on food, water, and construction materials. Long lines stretched through supermarkets and hardware store shelves were nearly bare as residents of Belize bought materials to board up windows and doors ahead of Nana's expected landfall early today as a hurricane. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Your Don Shula is also your George Bailey.
No, my Don Shula is also my Mr. Potter. That's exactly. He's the evil bank.
Sorry.
He's the evil rich man
from the same movie, though.
Right.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, let's compare them. Go ahead. I want to see the.
Here's Don Shula.
Right.
Okay.
There shouldn't be any celebrating in my NFL. All right. And now here's Mr. Potter from It's a Wonderful Life. You called me a pathetic old man, George Bailey.
There's a distinction.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, of course.
New this season on the Bob and Tom Television Network.
Look, up in the sky.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's the biggest set of jugs I've ever seen. It's Shirtless Girl. Posing as a topless dancer, showing off her pecs. No one knows her secret till she takes off her specs. She's Shirtless Girl.
Shirtless Girl.
With her special powers, she gives the bad guys fits. She don't use no gun. She stops them with her. She's Shirtless Girl.
Shirtless Girl.
Working in the chemistry lab one day, sophomore year, nothing seemed amiss. But that night, an amazing transformation took place. And the next morning, young Debbie Yabo woke to find...
My God, I'm huge. I must dedicate these to fighting evil.
Little did Debbie know that years before on the planet Lactoid, a planet whose gravity was causing it to sag dangerously toward the sun, her father, Major Yabo, and Mother Teton sent their infant daughter, Areola, rocketing through the Milky Way to Earth, knowing one day she'd become Shirtless Girl.
Right, I hit it anyway. 9:02 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Where was I? Oh, I know. Christy has a quick update on the forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Variable cloudiness, maybe a shower popping up, high 84, partly cloudy, down to 58 tonight, sunshine 78 tomorrow. Now we're back up to 70.
Yeah, I look over there and I can see Josh through his windows because he's got the new windows from Window Nation celebrating their 1 millionth installation. Window Nation, that's a big anniversary also that they've got going. So they've extended their 50% off all window styles with over 1,500 window styles to choose from. And by the way, Window Nation knows that the kind of windows you want here aren't the same kind you'd want in different climates. So these are central Indiana windows, right, Josh?
That's exactly right. And they have incredible deals right now. Deferred payments for 2 years, 50% off all style windows, plus 0 down and 0 interest for 2 years, all at windownation.com.
I have a lot of interest in that. 0 interest for 2 years, 0 down. Visit windownation.com. Once again, deferred payments for 2 years, 50% off all styles of windows. And as I said, they are specialists in the windows for central Indiana.
Yes, and they're super easy to work with. Everything's been great so far. I'm really excited about getting these.
Thank you very much. windownation.com. Let's get back to the action. Some golf info coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here with Ace and Chick and Josh in the big room. In the ancillary facilities, we have Willie G, Patty G, and Christy Lee.
In the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
That is correct. Christy just getting off the phone with her lawyer. Did you spell Josh's name correctly? Okay, good. Implying, of course.
Arnold. Joshua.
Now, do you have the cream cheese story for me? This
Not
makes
to
me
be
very
confused with the great band String Cheese Incident. The story is about a cream cheese incident. A semi pulling a trailer full of cream cheese collided with a railroad overpass in Indiana. According to Indianapolis police, the semi's trailer hit the railroad overpass Tuesday morning, spilling cream cheese onto the road.
Whoops.
No injuries were reported, but the street was closed as a result of the accident.
Oh, man. Did you see the photographs?
I did not.
The guy should not have hit the railroad bridge. There was he's driving around this truck full of cream cheese. That there was a sign saying "dip in the road."
I don't even know what to think about.
I don't either. Thank you for.
But cream cheese isn't a dip.
No, you can make a dip.
No, it'd have to be mixed with something.
Oh,
you can't dip it into cream
you make
cheese.
cream cheese dip, a little milk, cream cheese, some garlic, salt.
Okay,
it's the best potato
it ceases to be cream cheese. It's something.
Well, it was on the way to being cream cheese. Okay.
It's a great cream cheese fruit dip made with Cool Whip and cream cheese. Oh.
Thank you very much.
Did this happen last night?
That was last week.
Oh, I was gonna. Well, if it happened last night, by now this would be perfect to make a frosting with. It's room temp cream cheese.
Oh,
throw in there some powdered sugar.
White stuff all over the road. Huh?
Yeah, and it caused a lot of traffic. Yeah, it was quite grid. It was. Let's see here.
Welcome to In Search of a Joke.
A lot of gridlocks.
Gridlock. It's a salmon joke.
Right, cute.
What happened to the fake news joke? You're not going to do that one?
Oh, it was the whole thing was a smear campaign.
Yeah, there you go. That's rock solid.
There you go. Absolutely.
Now, but this reminds me, we've had a bunch of these stories lately. We had they reopened that covered bridge in Long Grove, Illinois, and the day after they reopened it, some jackass drove in it with a truck that was too big again. Wouldn't it the simplest thing be to make a what would you call it, a mock-up of the bridge in plywood, a couple hundred yards in front of the bridge, so if you get through that you can get through this,
right?
I don't know.
That way, instead of just a sign with if you're driving a truck, do you know how tall it is exactly?
I think they probably do, yeah.
I think if you're driving
usually it's printed right so that they can even see it in their mirrors.
Yeah, but you're not going to be paying that much attention.
Well, a truck driver would be.
think
but
a truck driver would know.
This was a bus driver. They weren't paying attention.
I'm just saying there should be a sort of an exact outline.
I think it's a good idea
of the bridge before you get to it. The same thing in Australia. Remember we had the story in Sydney, the new ferry boats, the upstairs of the ferry boat barely clears the bridge.
So if you're standing up there or sitting up there, you could be.
It literally says you would be cut in half or decapitated. We have the audio from that, by the way?
Oh, I can't listen to that.
Yeah, here we go.
A lot of screaming.
Yeah, there are two boats.
Lots of screaming.
There are two boats. They taped the other one, too.
Yikes.
So ferry cross the Mersey.
Oh, yeah, that's boy. Those people halved.
Yeah,
Yikes.
They're called duck boats, for a reason.
They halved and have-nots.
I'm sorry, Christy.
Half of us did not listen to that.
No, you guys take your headphones off.
Yeah,
You can't stand it.
I can't do it.
You don't like to hear somebody get shorn of the waist.
It's cartoon level sound effect.
Yeah, no,
I know that, but
it is true.
Grown-ups.
You cannot go upstairs.
I can't listen to it because I detest Jerry and the Pacemaker.
I don't mind the song.
Cartoon level songwriter.
Hey, David Blaine's in the news again. He performed a new stunt floating across the Arizona desert thanks to a bundle of balloons.
He's just a liar, right?
47-year-old partnered with YouTube Originals for the feat called Ascension, which was live streamed online Wednesday morning.
This isn't a magic trick, though. It's just a stunt.
He took hold of the helium-filled balloon bunch and floated upwards, just like in the movie Up.
There's clearly a harness involved. You can tell.
Oh, you can see the harness, yeah.
Well, he's wearing a parachute.
There's no way he could fall off this balloon.
After reaching an altitude of nearly 25,000 feet, Blaine disengaged from the balloon bundle and parachuted to the ground. Latex balloons filled with helium were outfitted so they could be popped or deflated remotely, while one balloon was actually fiberglass and contained a parachute as well as oxygen in case he got into trouble, I guess.
Who was this for? Was this for, did he think?
Well, his daughter.
It was for his daughter?
We dedicated it to her, but I mean, it's not. There's no trick. You didn't do any card tricks or anything. I mean,
Wait, do you want him to go up there and do card tricks?
okay, I got a better stunt.
Me too.
That's not close-up
I want to
magic.
see him make a coin disappear.
At 25,000.
You're damn right.
Here's a better idea.
Okay.
Watch this. Take a balloon, put your sleeves up, take the balloon, blow into it, let it go, and have it float. So you do that, 50 times, and then strap yourself to it and float away.
Wait, what?
That's a trick.
So the balloons seemingly come out of his sleeve?
No.
Or they come out of nowhere?
You got a stack of balloons.
How do they get
He picks them
helium?
up. That's the trick.
That's the trick.
You blow them up, and all of a sudden you start flying. There's a trick.
Oh, I see. Like he's got magic breath.
I mean, they all filled them up with big tanks. Anybody could do this.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
So this is not a magic trick.
No, it's a stunt.
I thought he was a magician.
Oh, now he's a stunt man. Now he's a stunter. Or whatever they say.
Stunt man in his case?
Stunt man.
Stunt man.
Okay, doesn't seem all that interesting to me. I mean, it's fun. But
Yeah, hey, call me when you can put a cigarette through a quarter, David Blaine. That's a magic trick.
That's a great trick.
Nice.
But Blaine is he known for magic, or he's usually just does these stunts, right?
Is he the guy that got locked in a box for...
In London?
Yeah.
Didn't he puke a frog one time, too?
Yeah,
Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Tom, would you watch this show? Knowing your proclivities, would you watch a show where people were floating by on balloons and there were targets on the ground and they had to defecate, and whoever hit the target...
You had me at defecate.
I thought you were going to say, and there were people on the ground with rifles, and they just shoot out just enough balloons to make them make a soft landing.
Shootout. They would shoot out the balloons.
Yeah. Now, of course,
you didn't
there
say
might be
that.
the occasional accident.
Right.
Well, looks like Mr. Lloyd Johnson of Hoboken, New Jersey, will be having his last rites, and that looks like a head wound.
So let's combine it. You have people floating around who have to defecate and hit the targets while they're being shot at. And if you defecate on the target, then they stop shooting at you.
Oh, my goodness.
You'd watch that show, right?
No. Sounds unusual.
Do you believe that he wouldn't watch it?
He would absolutely. He would record it. He'd keep it forever.
He would ask if he could host it.
Hey, get a load of this, he'd say. Would there be anybody below the people at the balloon?
Great idea. Yes, their family members have
Exactly.
to. Yes.
Their immediate family would have to surround the targets.
Especially if grandparents.
Right. The more infirm, the better.
Oh, look, poor Grammy Hall.
Now we know we'd watch.
Now we'd call it life, because sometimes you get crapped on in life, okay? That's what we call that show.
It's the number 2 game show in America.
Exactly.
Shooter.
Welcome to...
We can call it Mud Falcon. Yeah, bring that back.
There you go.
Mud Falcon, of course, being when somebody who works on a tower changing bulbs or whatever defecates off the tower because
Doesn't make sense.
It takes too long to go back down.
To come all the way back down.
It's called a Mud Falcon, ladies and gentlemen. Well, no, I'm glad we've learned that. And there has to be, by the way, someone has to be one of the listeners to our show that has named their fantasy football team the Mud Falcon.
Absolutely.
I hope so, yeah.
Okay, please do.
Yeah, what are you doing if you're not?
What was the one we had this morning? With reference to, we thought it would be a good stripper name. What was
Saucy Nugs.
Yeah.
Saucy Nugs, referencing the chicken wings. Yeah, a good name for a
get Willie all upset about chicken wings again, will you?
fantasy football team.
I'm not upset. I'm passionate, Chick.
Oh, that's true.
Thank
You're
you.
right.
There's a distinction. Right now, if you're passionate about one thing and you can't do it anymore, maybe you should listen to me right now. I'm talking about ED, erectile dysfunction. Don't just brush it off going, I lost my mojo. There are a number of pretty miraculous pharmaceuticals out there. You've been hearing about them for years. Maybe it's time that you sought a little advice to see if these are for you.
And discreet advice.
Yeah, there's an outfit called Roman, R-O-M-A-N, and they can make it easy to talk about because they hook you up with a healthcare professional online. And we're talking about the real medications here. Hooking up with Roman is simple, safe, and most importantly, totally discreet. You go to GetRoman.com/wood, very straightforward, and you can find out in the privacy of your own home if some of this stuff might work for you by, again, dealing with a healthcare professional. And by the way, Roman will ship it to you with their famous free free 2-day shipping. They've got another special offer coming up, and I'll tell you about in just a second. I want to remind you that you can get part of your life back, perhaps. They'll work with you, and they'll continue to work with you over time. Once again, you go to GetRoman.com/wood. If approved, you'll get $15 off your first order of ED treatment. And don't forget the free 2-day shipping. That's GetRoman.com/wood. Go there right now. And if approved, you'll get the $15 off your first order. GetRoman.com/wood for $15 off. GetRoman.com/wood. Coming up, sex with a mask on. That's what one of the doctors is recommending in this world of COVID. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, laugh your app off with the Bob and Tom app. Get it? It's available in your iTunes or Google Play Store. You can listen to your local station. Tune in to Bob and Tom 24/7. Listen to Bob and Tom podcasts. Set an alarm that'll wake you up at the show. See stories and photos from today's show. Access the Bob and Tom store. It's all right there on the Bob and Tom app, and it's free in your iTunes or Google Play Store. Check it out today. Let your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers, everyone you love, and Bob and Tom fans, hey, it's right there. It can be on your phone today. The Bob and Tom app, free at your iTunes or Google Play Store. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Nelly says he's a Scorpio. He can do anything, even with Dancing with the Stars. He's one of the celebrity dancers for the next season, which will start September 14th on ABC. AJ McClain of the Backstreet Boys will also participate. Bachelorette Caitlin Bristow, actors Anne Heche, Jesse Metcalfe, Justina Machado, and Sky Jackson. Oh, and animal rights activist Carol Baskin from Tiger King will also be one of your celebrity dancers. Dan and Shay, Florida Georgia Line, Eric Church will play the Academy of Country Music Awards. The lineup of performers also include Luke Bryan, Miranda Lambert, Luke Combs, Maren Morris, Tim McGraw, and others. If you're interested, the AMCs are going to air on CBS on September 16th. And Elvis Presley's Graceland Estate will host the Miss USA and Miss Teen USA pageants. Both events will be held at the Soundstage, the live event venue that's part of the Graceland complex. The Miss USA pageant will be November 9th and shown on the FYI channel. Miss Teen USA, it'll be 2 days earlier. The entertainment management group IMG bought the pageant from President Donald Trump back in 2015. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Dear Allie, I went on a first date with a girl and she for real wore a tiara. From 1 to 10, how crazy is this?
This is, I love it.
It's so great when they let you know they're nuts right from the get-go.
Off the bat.
She considers herself
a princess. Josh, what would you do if a woman showed up on a first date?
I would be immediately fascinated. I'd ask many questions.
Oh, would you?
I go, you have to tell me about the tiara.
then he would ask, now, is this going to cost extra? Or do you take it off?
Yeah, am I paying princess prices?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Church league softball fist fight, getting washed in the blood on a Tuesday night. What would Jesus do? Lord, he wouldn't do that. Knock hell out of a preacher with a softball bat. Well, the swinging shepherds from the sheep of the Savior were tied with the Sourwood Church of Christ, an example of some highly unholy behavior in a game that had already been protested twice. Something unbiblical must have been said for them to be aiming heat at a minister's head. Clocking the clergy ain't the thing to do, but neither's the high hard one on a 0-2. Church league softball fist fight, a buddy laying on a hands neath the left field lights, knocking out 4 teeth, getting a busted lip. Ain't exactly my idea of Christian fellowship. Church league softball fist fight, rolling around the pitcher's mound, it just don't look right for nice people from the church and the Sunday school class to trade the cup of brotherhood for a can of whoop ass.
Morning laughter. just might be the best medicine.
No matter how hard I try, can't keep my hands off my face.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Jim, we mentioned you are a tall man.
Yes.
6'6", 6'6". Are you a single guy or married guy?
I just got married.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes.
How's that going?
First timer?
Yeah, first timer.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
I'm learning, very slowly. I'm learning, when women get married, they take the guy's name, and I'm learning that us guys are also my married name is somebody. Somebody's got to take the trash out. At first, I was like, is she talking to somebody else? Is there somebody else here?
Somebody.
Shouldn't we be on a first name?
20 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy's got the forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather brought to you by the CarX Man. Variable cloudiness today, still a threat of a pop-up shower, high 84. Partly cloudy, cooler overnight, down to 58. And then sunny and 78 for Friday. We have 70 degrees now.
Listen carefully. Coming up many times today on Q95, your shot at $1,000 in cash. Also, I'll remind you, it is the Bob and Tom Show golf outing at Top Golf. The space age, if you will, golf range. And you don't just drive, you have a great time. And it's a benefit for the Riley Hospital for Children. It takes place Wednesday, September 16th at Top Golf in Fishers. You've probably driven by and seen the huge nets big enough to catch a T-Rex. But they'll also catch your Titleist. Be part of it, Q95.com. We'd love to see you there. Help out the Riley Hospital for Children. There you go. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Welcome back. Josh has just come up with a new TV show in honor of David Blaine apparently grabbing a bunch of balloons and flying high in the sky and then parachuting down to Earth. Your idea, Josh?
It's called Mud Falcons, and it would be people attached to balloons floating high in the air. And there are targets on the ground surrounded by their immediate family, and they have to defecate.
That is so awful.
Yep.
And the tagline is Mud Falcons, get a load of this.
Yes.
It just shows.
I think people would watch it.
Yeah, okay.
I would watch it.
It's disgusting.
It is very gross. I'm not saying that. It's not. Yeah,
it's like those movies with the kids chasing each other with bows and arrows.
I mean, how can you be so
What is
sure
that
that
called?
it's...
The Hunger Games?
The Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Now, let the record show
Bows and
he
arrows.
described the Hunger Games. The kids chasing each other.
Chasing
with
each other,
bows.
yeah.
I mean, he's
They
not
kill each
wrong.
other,
It's,
And, well, who's worse, though? I knew what he was talking about.
How can you guarantee that the person that's competing in your little Mud Falcon game is actually not having a problem in that area, and then it becomes a rain shower?
That's part of the fun.
This point,
Keep that for sweeps.
Points
Where
off.
does the integrity of the defecate?
Yeah,
How?
exactly.
These are the Mud Falcon games.
I'm sorry, Mr. Godwin's. Keep that for sweeps. Thank you, Pat.
Holy moly.
That is a very fine joke. Let's hear about this wearing masks during coronavirus.
Yeah, Canada's chief medical officer is now recommending people should wear masks while having sex to minimize the risk of getting infected and spreading the virus. Dr. Teresa Tam cautioned against kissing and face-to-face closeness.
Always wearing a hat.
She recommended the use of masks that cover your mouth.
Sorry, Christy.
What did you say?
Tam.
He made a
Always
Tam
wearing a
joke.
hat. Yeah.
Tam is a type of hat.
Tam joke.
This.
Yes. She recommended the use of masks that cover your mouth and nose and suggested people as well as their partners monitor themselves for symptoms of the virus prior to any sexual activity.
Did any man doctors weigh in? Somebody who might know what they're talking about.
I don't know, somebody who knows.
It's cute that she thinks.
Tam added, quote, the lowest risk
Any man does.
sexual activity during COVID-19.
Like, I just want to be there
Involves yourself a lot.
when a great female physician says, do not resuscitate. Oh, did he sign the papers? No, he's the jackass from the Bob and Tom Show.
Oh, my God, that's funny.
So they're saying you should wear masks when you have sex?
Yes.
Yes.
I've been doing this forever.
Have you?
Yeah, I can't even finish unless I'm wearing a Nixon mask.
Oh, boy.
That's weird.
Kind of a Point Break thing.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm going to call you Spiro. Wow.
Lay with me, Henry.
So no one's going to do this.
No, we had somebody else pipe up and say this early on during the pandemic.
Well, I remember they said, wasn't it the city of New York or the state of New York said the only safe form of sex was
And that's what she says.
Self-pleasure.
Well, nobody was listening when I read that part, but yeah, that's what she said.
What?
What'd you say?
The lowest risk sexual activity
Is
during COVID-19.
glory hole check.
That's right. It's the safest by far.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, isn't it true, Josh?
Involves yourself alone. I'm finished.
Okay. Josh, isn't it true that
someone's touchy?
Hockey goalies always have sex with their helmets on?
That is true. Yes. Yeah. They don't want to get.
Right. They got the big plexiglass thing in front of their face. Okay. Christy, what else you got over there?
Well, we teased this all day yesterday and never got to it.
We teased it.
Out of this story.
All right, plain speaking news. I like
fed
it.
up. A Michigan man's TikTok video has gone viral thanks to the bizarre way his mom repurposed his braces, the teeth straightening kind. The 22-year-old, identified as Austin, shared the video showing that after he'd had his braces removed, the orthodontist began to walk away on a tray. You're going to throw them away. Well, the mother stopped the orthodontist and said, she goes, Austin, we paid $6,000 for those braces. I'm not letting her throw them away. He then turns the camera to a Christmas tree ornament that uses his old braces as tinsel.
It's great.
The back of the ornament reads, Austin's braces removed 12/16/2014. The family hangs up the ornament every year during the holidays.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
It's sweet. It's like it looks like a Christmas cookie.
Right.
Okay.
It's a little Christmas tree, and then the sort of decoration of the brace. It's really quite clever. But the fact that how many people have looked at this?
1.5 million. That video's been viewed a lot.
Oh boy.
So it's kind of a sweet,
feel better
happy
about
story.
yourself watching that, or does it? How does it help you looking at a guy's brace?
It's a very rudimentary made ornament.
Tell Josh about how your mom had your umbilical cord turned into a necklace.
Yeah, tell me about that. Nice, was it?
Me? What? I don't think so.
It's a sweet little story. It's a happy thing.
Yes.
When I have kids, I'm not holding my child until that black piece of umbilical cord falls off their belly.
That's about 2 weeks, isn't it?
All right. Well,
that is a really.
I won't even look at the kid until I know.
And there's also that first issue that what is it called? Mercurium.
Yeah, what is that called? Mudium or mercury?
It sounds like a heavy metal band.
Mercomium.
It's just the tariest dump, apparently.
Yep.
I love that movie.
Yeah, a real tar-like dump is what it is.
That's how it's described in medical school.
Right.
Yeah,
that's how a man died.
I've only read about it. I've not had the
Merconium.
Yeah. In any event, it's a sweet little Christmas ornament. So if you have kids and their braces are coming off, first of all, good luck with the payments, and secondly, it'll make a nice Christmas ornament. Isn't that
okay.
Nice? It's very sweet.
I have my braces still from when I had them on 3 years ago.
What?
Yeah, I kept mine. They're in a little.
You can make them into a nice Christmas
I
ornament.
could.
Why did you keep them?
I thought I could eventually use them in like videos and stuff. I could put them. I could kind of affix them back on and. If I ever
for
wanted to
movie
do
making?
a sketch. Yes, yeah.
See, it looks like a little Christmas cookie, and there's a little tiny ornaments and a candy cane, and then and then it looks like the braces.
Utensils.
It's very, very, very clever, very sweet. A happy story for you, Josh.
Really?
Oh, for me, okay.
Well, don't you have a daughter in braces right now? You could do this.
That's true.
Yeah.
I do have a daughter.
How much longer does she have?
I don't know. I put it this way: I'm going to have to keep working for 5 years.
Orthodonture, not cheap. Yeah,
that orthodontist has a nice car.
How many does she have?
That's a nice office that he has too. I went to the one that doesn't have the aquarium. It's cheaper.
What's that, Willie?
How many braces? Is it like 5, 6?
Oh, her teeth are covered in them now.
Yeah, it's all of them.
All the way across.
It looks like you're trying to get into Stalag 17. There's a lot of metal there.
Good reference.
Razor wire.
Yeah.
Okay. Stalag 17, you want to do the line check?
I hope she was worth it. No, I don't know.
No, you know the line.
No, I don't.
Listen, yes, it was 7 o'clock in Berlin. Or something like that.
We were sitting down to eat dinner in
that's
Berlin.
That's right. Yeah, that's why I wanted you to do it.
We were having dinner.
We have a win bag.
Okay.
This is from Lonnie. He writes Joshua.
Lonnie.
Joshua.
Oh, yeah.
my
I'm sure
goodness.
I said something wrong. Or...
You have broken my fat heart.
Oh, no.
You mixed up. This is not me ad-libbing. How may you ask? By mixing up short order cooks on 70s sitcoms when you said that Mel was the cook from Happy Days, walking the tightrope during your Circus of Stars talk. Al was the cook on Happy Days. Mel was on Alice.
At a
That's
diner.
right. Yes,
Yeah, Mel's Diner.
Yeah.
Al was the cook. You're absolutely right, sir. I apologize. I hope something can mend your fat heart.
He ends with, I hope this clears things up.
It certainly does. My apologies.
Okay.
Thank you for the correction.
Apology not accepted.
Oh, my gosh. Tom.
I'm ad-libbing that part.
Scott writes in and says, the device to protect the covered bridge, you contend that it would be great if some of these bridges that have had height restrictions.
Where people have run into the top of the bridge, they should have like a template of the same size as the bridge, so if they could fit through that, they could fit through the bridge.
Well, they exist, according to Scott. They're called profile gauges.
Oh.
And he says you can find details about them in a book.
In any book? Or?
Couldn't you just take a big crane and like dangle a tennis ball, and if you hit the top of the ball, then you know you don't fit?
You bother to open a
Right,
book.
it might not be a full cutout, but it's, you know, they have the swinging bars in the parking lot.
Yeah, it just
and then
seems,
they have the swingers bars.
This one particular bridge has been run into 3 times in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to
do something before the bridge. Yeah.
Well, also, it was a bus driver. She doesn't make up her own route. She doesn't ask the kids where to go. Why was there not someone that says, "Hey, don't go over this bridge we just installed. Your bus doesn't fit"?
They did. And she ignored
She did it anyway.
Okay.
My bus driver used to go, "Who wants to go home first?" And we would raise her hand. And then,
Who wants to go home first?
Yeah.
Really?
Our bus driver did things cash cab style.
Oh, yeah?
Games and stuff.
You only get to go home if you can answer the question.
Yeah. I confused Lincoln and Madison, and boy, never got to go home.
Oh.
Okay. Christy,
Speaking of driving,
Yes.
an accused drunk driver has been arrested in Florida after crashing into a drive sober or get pulled over sign.
I'm an idiot.
According to the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office, Mr. Bounty Cherami from North Point, Florida, was arrested after deputies found him in a damaged vehicle near the overturned sign.
Jeremy's driving.
Doesn't that sound like a fake name from a bad novel?
Yeah, Bounty Cherami. It does, yeah.
The 22-year-old allegedly told deputies he was on his phone when he hit something, but was unsure of what he had crashed into. An arrest report states a breathalyzer test found him to have a blood alcohol content of 0.166. That's too much.
Whoa.
He now faces DUI and property damage charges.
This guy got in trouble before when he made a sex tape with his girlfriend Mutiny.
Mutiny on the Bounty.
Very nice.
Thank you. Oh, check you. I didn't think you'd approve.
No, I woke up. Yeah, very nice.
No.
Is it time now for history?
Oh, it could be. Just wondering.
No, is it today in history? Or do
Yeah,
we do
today. We did yesterday.
Alternative
early.
lifestyle.
Did we do yesterday in
Mutiny in the
in
It's and then
history.
followed by the sequel, Bounty Booty.
Here's Tom.
I'm so horny. Oh, stop it, Pat.
I didn't.
What are you talking about? I didn't touch anything.
I'm so horny.
Oh, chick's got it on.
Oh, that's right.
The thing over there, that machine that he has. Where were we? I'm sorry.
Thursday.
Okay. Oh, today is, of course, the 3rd of September, and it is a date that we all remember.
Yes.
The last broadcast of the great Mary Tyler Moore Show took place in 1977. Mm-hmm. That is considered to be one of the best final episodes ever of a television show.
Okay.
Do you remember that one?
No, I don't.
No.
I don't.
The whole thing about turning off the light. That's great.
Oh, they huddle together.
Oh, I have seen that, and they look to be legitimately crying. Yeah, they're hugged, and then does Lou end up turning the light off?
Mary does.
Mary does.
Mary comes back, turns it off. Look, can you imagine what Ed Asner smelled like while they were all?
Oh, I bet he smelled like a nice, like kind of grandfatherly, like maybe Old Spice.
How can you not love Ed Asner? Did you see the movie Up?
Is that him?
And Mr. Asner,
I thought that was a cartoon.
He's got a.
Okay.
Well, he didn't look great.
Come
He
on,
just
Jimmy.
sounded great. You incredible jackass.
Don't you like when drunken Ed Asner hits Jack Lemmon and JFK?
Oh,
he smacks him.
What are you talking
You
about?
didn't say nothing.
You didn't say nothing. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Let's see. The birthdays today. Fine actor.
That's all the history we got?
Well, the rest of it's a little too grim.
Like what?
Oh, is it?
For instance, what do you?
In 1609, Henry Hudson and his crew aboard the Half Moon entered present-day New York Harbor,
Hudson
began
Hawk, they
sailing
call
up the river that now bears his name.
They called it the Half Moon because everyone stuck their asses out.
But only one cheek.
Only one cheek.
Yeah, see, I told you why I didn't want to do it.
What? You would have missed out on all
I
that.
would have missed out on that one.
Hudson Hawk. What about Hudson?
How about Charlie Sheen's birthday, friend of the show?
Who cares?
I still really like him. I feel bad for him that he had to have a public meltdown like that, and
Hippie.
I'm glad he's doing better.
Friend of the show, Jake Query's birthday's today.
Jake, happy birthday.
Yes.
Nobody knows who that is, Christine.
If you listen to racing, you know who he is. Oh, stop it.
I have a recording of his sports talk show.
See, now that's just hurtful.
No, Jake would enjoy
Jake
that.
is the best.
Our friend Derek is probably
But he has no
listening.
reason being mentioned on the national part of the show.
I'm sure he's sleeping. Sleeping with some voluptuous.
Donald Brewer.
Who's
his
that?
birthday.
Oh, the Don Brewer from Grand Funk?
Yeah, 72 today.
Voted the worst rock and roll band in the history of the world.
That's wrong.
That Locomotion
Totally
song
wrong.
can never be played again, and I'll be fine.
They have.
He sings. He's the guy from We're an American Band.
Yes.
He's a great guy.
Where's the band?
Great band.
Let's see. Sean White.
Oh, the snowboarder?
Yep.
Yes.
No, the
what, Chick?
the Lincoln Lawyer. No.
The Lincoln Lawyer? Matthew McConaughey?
What? No, Sean White was a stuntman. Remember the skateboarding scene in Lincoln Lawyer?
Chick's doing his own show.
Sean White is a snowboarder.
I'm way out there.
He looks kind of like a
clown.
It kind of looks like Carrot Top.
Carrot Top.
Yeah.
The Flying Tomato, they called him, right?
Flying Tomato, yeah.
What do you have against Sean White?
Because he won an Olympic gold medal in a made-up event.
No, that's incredibly
Skiing
difficult.
Olympic.
It's an unbelievably difficult sport.
Ice skating Olympics, not snowboarding.
Why not?
Because they're hippies. They're a bunch of hippies.
There you go.
You're like Lee J. Cobb in 12 Angry Men. These kids, none of them.
You can't trust him. That's why.
Isn't that your
I just stabbed him.
Isn't that your Don Chula?
Chick,
Lee J. Cobb.
are you entering your get off my lawn phase?
I think I might be.
Oh, buddy, I want to come over and get on your lawn.
Oh, yeah.
You yell at me, I get out of there.
Really get this damn kid.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you.
I think that's enough history for that.
I'm sorry, what's that, Pat?
Enough history.
Yeah, well,
Thank you.
Some of this other stuff is just too depressing. You just don't want to do it.
Hey, let's do a little scene here of Mr. Godwin. You came into my office today. As you know, I am a medical professional.
Yes, yeah.
What seems to be the problem
Today?
I'm so horny.
All
right. Well,
Josh, I thought you were doing the bit we were doing yesterday of the you need to stop masturbating for Pat. I thought you were combining that and the Pagliacci. I am Pagliacci and I can't stop masturbating.
That's right. Okay.
I'm so horny.
Oh, there we go. Thank you very much, Pat. Absolutely true. Now, I want to remind you about something that is incredibly cool. We were talking about great sports, great athletes. For example, we had Tony Hawk in the news the other day.
That's right.
Tony did a stunt in which he took a glass, poured a glass of milk for himself.
Cup of coffee, right?
No, it was a glass of milk. And he did a flip and didn't spill the milk. Thank you very much.
I believe it was Sprite, wasn't it?
I think that skateboarders are hippies too.
Okay, great. Well, very good.
Well, if I wanted to learn how to skate like Tony Hawk, what could I do?
Thank you very much. Masterclass is one of the many classes that you can find. This is the coolest thing ever. Masterclass is where the greatest people in the world who do great things teach you how to do the same thing. Tony Hawk, for example, as I just mentioned, teaching skateboarding. The great Steve Martin, it turns out he isn't just a great actor and a great comedian and a great writer. He's also a great teacher. Masterclass, you grab your computer and you watch maybe a 10-minute class. There might be maybe 20 episodes of each particular discipline, the likes of which include cooking. Gordon Ramsay is one of your teachers. Annie Leibovitz teaching photography, the great photographer who got her start at Rolling Stone magazine. Check out this is the coolest thing. Check out masterclass.com/comedy. Now, not all these are, of course, are about comedy. They're about a lot of serious things. But you've got the best in the world teaching you at your own pace. And once again, the lessons are very short, about 10 minutes. And then there's 20 of them, so you can watch them at your convenience. I highly recommend this. Check it out. Get unlimited access, by the way, to every masterclass. And as a Bob and Tom Show listener, you get 15% off your annual membership. Check it out at masterclass.com/comedy. Once again, it's masterclass.com/comedy. 15% off at masterclass.com/comedy. You can learn how to do something from someone who really knows what they are doing. There's a reason they haven't asked us to do one in radio. If you're listening, you know why. Coming right back, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show, brought to you in part by Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving the armed forces, DOD, veterans, and their families. Our members are the mission, insured by NCUA. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of
Loads of curvy cleavage on display.
the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Don't touch those.
Sorry. The human drama of
Loads of curvy cleavage on display.
This is
The Bob and Tom Show. No shoes, no shirt, no towel.
Treat yourself to a VIP membership at bobandtom.com, including full access right now to the Bob and Tom archives, the complete album library, the live 7-camera video stream of the show as it happens. See what Josh Arnold's wearing today. The Bob and Tom Show, commercial free and on demand with our daily podcast when you're a VIP member. It costs a little more, but we say it's worth it. Check it out now at bobandtom.com/VIP. Makes a great gift as well. The holidays around the corner.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The Miami Heat have taken a 2-0 lead in the NBA's Eastern Conference semis, while the Houston Rockets have advanced to the Western Conference semis with a Game 7 win. Major League Baseball reports that Tom Seaver, Hall of Fame pitcher of the New York Mets, has died at the age of 75 following complications from COVID-19. Interleague winners yesterday in Major League Baseball, those Mets, Toronto, Atlanta, Milwaukee, and San Diego. American League winners, Cleveland, Houston, Tampa Bay, and Minnesota. Oakland at Seattle postponed. And the National League winners, Colorado, Cincinnati, Philly, the Cubs, and the Dodgers. And in the NHL playoffs, Colorado beat Dallas 4-1. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
What do you call a person you hate who's such a little phony? Or a heckler who's in a drunken state so full of baloney? What does The Rock call silly fools, annoying fans, lousy tools? Oh, kick him into family jewels. He's a jabroni.
Jabroni, jabroni, jabroni.
Bada, bada, bing.
Just when we thought you couldn't hack it.
Oh, nice.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, little man, get up out of bed and wipe all the sleep from those eyes. I know that it's late, but we just couldn't wait to tell you our big new surprise. Remember that night about 3 months ago when you walked into Mom and Dad's room? And then how we talked of the birds and the bees and arousal and climax and wounds. Well, 6 months from now, you'll be a big brother. That's right, little tiger, it's true. Mommy and Daddy are making a better version of you. It might be a boy, just like his older brother, but without the flaws holding you down. Or if we are lucky, we could have a girl like we wanted the first time around. Maybe this new person won't wet the bed or bug us for candy and toys. I bet the new you will shut up when we tell them and not make so much friggin' noise. Thanks to the 5 years we've had you to practice on, now we know what not to do. Mommy and Daddy are making a better version of you. Can you imagine the things he'll achieve as a doctor or lawyer or Indian chief? He'll be an astronaut, he'll bring world peace, he will win the World Series and cure all disease. He will be handsome and he will be popular, he will be wealthy and very important, and he will be famous and he will be special, and you get to watch.
$9:45 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Serious cash at stake today, so be listening carefully to Q95 for your shot at that. I'll remind you, the Bob and Tom golf outing, it's not like any other golf outing because it's at Top Golf in Fishers. So grab your friends and join us coming up. It'll be on Wednesday afternoon, September 16th. Top Golf is the multi-tiered driving range. You've driven by it, perhaps. It's got the giant nets. It's super cool. And we're doing a special thing to benefit the Riley Hospital for Children. You can be part of it thanks to Yingling. By the way, their motto, Flight by Yingling, only 95 calories. Also, thanks to our friends at OmniSource, of course, our official metal recycler, Move Indy and Napleton Kia of Fishers, all lining up with us, trying to help out the Riley Hospital for Children. So thank you very much. You can help too. Q95.com has all the information you need to join us for our golf outing. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Welcome back. Josh is right over there. I can see him.
Hi.
You can see him too on the YouTube.
Yes.
He's sitting in the IHateStevensinger.com sidekick chair. We've been answering that special track phone hotline all morning long. And Christy Lee is in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
Yes,
Chick's
sir.
over there, Willie's over there, Pat Godwin's over there, and Ace is right there. This is Tom speaking. Welcome back to the show.
Tom, you haven't seen the story, but I'm sure we'll touch on it again tomorrow. But there was a woman arriving back from holiday in Turkey to the Ukraine. The mother of two said she was too hot after landing, and so she opened the emergency exit on the Boeing 737 and climbed out on the wing to get some air.
Oh, my Lord. Were they taxiing at the time?
No, they were parked,
Okay.
but still.
Have you seen this video? It's amazing.
It is amazing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she has now been banned from flying with Ukraine International Airlines.
Certainly.
Yeah, apparently by the time she walked all the way from the tail to the emergency exit row, opened the door, and went out. By the time she did that, her two kids were standing outside the plane because they disembarked the regular way and went,
Wow.
oh, hey, there's our mom.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Just
then she
wandered around like a lunatic.
Yeah, and then she climbed back in. She didn't have any drugs in her system, no alcohol. It's beyond.
William Shatner saw her and drove him nuts.
Yeah.
Something.
Did she get to use the slide?
No, she climbed right back in the window.
I don't know how she got out.
She opened the window.
That was crazy.
And
It
just
looked
walked
like
out.
she went through a door.
They open?
She opened
An
the
emergency door.
Yeah.
Also, once you open those emergency doors, don't they have to go back into the shop, I guess is what you'd call it, for, like, I think that it needs to be, like, there's some sort of seal that has to be put back on it. You can't just go out and back in the emergency door like that.
the ones that have the slide in them, definitely.
Okay.
But I don't know about these windows.
So she waited until they got to the ground.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Tom,
Okay.
Yes, Pat.
are you saying the plane in Ukraine had a lady who's insane?
Yes.
I think you've got it.
Plane in Ukraine had a lady who's insane.
I think you've got it.
Yeah. She went safely back into the aircraft and was unable to explain to police the reason for her behavior, except she was just too hot. She was traveling with her husband and two kids. They were returning from holiday.
See, that's her. It looks like a door.
It does raise up. It does not, because I always thought those would
pushed
fly
out.
off. Yeah, they weren't really
Still
connected.
hooked to the plane. She's out there walking around.
Yep.
Who's out in the wing? Karen.
Yep. Damn Karen.
Time now to review what we learned on today's show.
Time now for Things We Learned, brought to you by Grainger. Delivering the products that keep your facility running is what Grainger does best. They've been doing it for 90 years. Visit Grainger.com for whatever you need, whenever you need it. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
In a true life moment, Josh walked into our green room and saw Willie, refrigerator door open, just staring.
That was me.
That was Chicken.
That was me.
Well,
it really doesn't matter to you, does it? Who it was.
He assumed when he saw fridge, he assumed my name was in there somewhere.
We're all interchangeable. We're just we're hardly named.
I just assumed that Josh said, Willie, I can tell you what's in there.
Get the hell out of there.
I've already been gazing. Sorry. Let's see. Hurricane Nana is apparently hitting Belize today.
Who's there? Is
And I
Nana
believe Willie pointed out it's a very difficult one if you're in it because it's blowing hard candy at you.
Yeah.
Hey, Grandma.
Is that a Werther's?
NFL home games, very confusing.
Yep. Good luck if you're going to an NFL game.
Check local listings.
Odds are you're not allowed to go, but we'll see.
But there's several teams that are having a certain portion of fans.
NFL opener tonight, next Thursday, Kansas City. A week from tonight, Kansas City and Houston. 16,000 people allowed. Shut up.
So what percentage?
I don't know, 20, 10, 15%?
Hail, 50% of the gang's all here.
Totally worth it.
Let's see. Willie's going to learn the bass part for the Gardner Minshew song by tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Get together with Pat on that, I hope.
Bated breath.
There's a lot going on about boneless chicken wings, especially in Lincoln, Nebraska at the city council. We learned the name Saucy Nugs has been suggested as a new name for chicken wings that are boneless because they aren't boneless chicken wings. It turns out they're really what, Willie?
This guy was bothering people at work. That's my least favorite kind of comedy.
I agree.
I thought it was rather funny.
It was so forced.
There are politicians are wearing masks during a pandemic, and he goes, hey, aren't these chicken wings silly? I hate this guy.
That, man.
He does raise a good point, though.
Oh, no, I agree with all of his points.
Boneless chicken wings are actually chicken breast ground up.
They're chicken tenders that are spicy or sauced. They're not chicken wings.
So calling them boneless chicken wings should be illegal. I think that's
just because I agree with them doesn't mean I like them.
I found out that a laundry pair is a washer and a dryer.
Yes.
Yeah.
No idea.
All right.
No idea what was
Washer
happening.
and dryer, much better description.
Well, I'm happy to teach you.
Could a laundry pair be a dryer and a sink?
No.
A dryer and a blender?
No, because a blender can't do
What
laundry.
the hell are you doing your laundry in a
to lower
blender
your hand
for?
to do a blender.
Yes. You're just making trouble. That's all you're doing now is making trouble.
You're mocking me when I brought you in fresh cookies. Al Jackson has a new children's book called Where is Baby Ford?
Or, where's Aldo?
Okay, very good.
About Aldo Ray.
Aldo? Where's Aldo? That's what
I thought it was where's...
What?
I was going to say, I thought Chick was saying it's where's Al Doe? Like, okay.
Never mind.
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Christy Lee has never been to Graceland.
I've never been to Graceland, no.
Nor have I.
Nor have I.
And I better go before the vandals keep getting at it.
Yeah, no joke.
Oh, okay. And Pat enjoys mac and cheese for breakfast.
And don't forget...
I'm so horny.
Thank you very much. And by the way, did I mention Willie G takes his chicken wings very seriously? This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Some like Bud, some like Schlitz, but for me, it's
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Your Don Shula is also your George Bailey.
No, my Don Shula is also my Mr. Potter. That's exactly. He's the evil bank.
Sorry.
He's the evil rich man
From the same movie, though.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, let's compare them. Go ahead. I want to see the.
Here's Don Shula.
Right.
Okay.
There shouldn't be any celebrating in my NFL. All right. And now here's Mr. Potter from It's